Lamar State College, Port Arthur, or another university? Let's see. Lamar Port Arthur courses transfer anywhere in Texas or the country for that matter. Coursework is the same as anywhere else, and great savings each semester. And it's close to my home and my job. So why am I still thinking about this? I choose Lamar State College, Port Arthur.
Lamar State College, Port Arthur. Change your future. Start here today.
Hi.
Hey, I heard y'all were making flipping loans?
That's right. 5 Points Awesome Loans have everybody flipping out.
I'm ready for my loan now. Watch this.
Wow. I haven't even told you we'll pay off 1% of your loan balance.
Get a new loan or flip an existing loan to 5 Point, and we'll pay off 1% of your new loan balance. 5 Point Credit Union. Money for loans right here at home.
Woohoo! I'm so flipping happy. Watch this.
No, not necessary. Yeah.
Have you been thinking about diversifying with gold but don't know how? Hi, I'm Mike Fulgens, president of Universal Coin and Bullion. As an award-winning nationwide dealer, we help clients get the answers they need to discover the beauty, security, and strength of gold in their portfolio.
Call us today at 866-UCB-GUIDE to receive our award-winning Gold Guide free. That's 866-822-4843.
I discovered Lamar University.
Close to home.
A place of my own.
With all the amenities.
Opportunities.
Engineering.
World-class science.
Professors who know my name.
That's what you get with a doctoral research university.
Hands-on research.
Or study abroad.
And it starts right here. Lamar University. Visit us online at beacardinal.com.
Heart attacks affect men and women equally, and when they strike, denial can be a killer. If you're experiencing pressure, tightness, or an aching sensation in your chest or arms, then you may be having a heart attack. If so, time is of the essence. Do not attempt to drive yourself to the hospital. Call 911 for a professional EMS. They'll get you stabilized and make sure the hospital is waiting when you arrive. This tip is brought to you by the Medical Center of Southeast Texas, your accredited chest pain center.
I'm registered for college.
Me too, and for the same classes, and I'm saving $2,000 a semester at Lamar Port Arthur. Then I graduate and transfer if I want.
Really? You can do that?
You bet. What are you paying for your education?
Quality instruction, great savings, and courses transfer. It's the Texas Common Course Law. Don't wait any longer to begin your education while saving.
I chose Lamar State College, Port Arthur.
Cars are as unique as the people who purchase them. And when picking one, every detail counts, right down to the stitching on the seats. So why should picking a car loan be any different? Whether it's a low rate or a low payment you're looking for, at Do Good we customize loans to fit your needs. And we'll make sure your lending experience is everything you want it to be. Easy, convenient, and hassle-free. At Do Good, you'll love your car loan as much as you love your car.
Great hunt today, Dad.
Thanks, son.
For more than 15 years, I've helped clients nationwide make solid decisions about investing in gold so they can enjoy what's most important.
Discover the best options for you and your family by calling 866-UCB-GUIDE to receive our award-winning Gold Guide free. 866-UCB-GUIDE, 866-822-4843.
Now is the time to learn about gold, so you have time to enjoy what's most important.
I discovered Lamar University.
I looked at all types of schools.
Big ones, small ones,
Ivy League and private.
Then I found Lamar. Bistro-style dining.
Private bedrooms.
Close to home.
15 NCAA Division I sports.
World-class professors.
Who actually know my name.
Undergraduate, master's,
and doctoral degrees.
Lamar University. Visit us online at beacardinal.com.
When you think you may be having a stroke, remember to act fast. If you experience facial droop, if your arms are weak and your speech is off, then time is of the essence. A lack of blood flow to the brain can cause loss of functions that may never be recovered. Don't let it get that far. Call 911 immediately. A professional EMS will get you stabilized and make sure the hospital is waiting when you arrive. This tip is brought to you by the Medical Center of Southeast Texas, your certified primary stroke center.
You know, diversification is important and means more than owning different stocks. Hi, I'm Mike Fulgens, President of Universal Coin and Bullion. I've been helping clients nationwide for 15 years diversify with gold. And I want to send you a free copy of our award-winning gold guide to help you choose the best gold options for you.
Get the answers you need about gold. Call us today at 866-UCB-GUIDE. That's 866-822-4843.
Welcome to Jerry Mallory Field, Bulldog Stadium, Nederland, Texas. Tonight, the Port Arthur News Friday Night Experience brings you a non-district game between the Clear Lake Falcons and the Nederland Bulldogs. Hello, everybody. For Sheffield Productions, I'm Charlie Jellin, alongside Bob West, the sports editor of the Port Arthur News. Clear Lake is 1-1 and Nederland is 0-2. Bob, we've got two teams desperate for a victory tonight.
Yeah, and I think Nederland's obviously a little more desperate. Clear Lake did bounce back and get a win, an impressive win, 64-7 last week over Rayburn. Nederland 0-2 against two really good 5A programs, Crosby and Dayton. And, of course, that's really not a surprise to people in the know. This has been a great program. They've been on a tremendous run here at Nederland. They won 24 straight district games. But they lost a tremendous amount of talent. 5 guys off our Port Arthur News super team, who most of them had been 2-year starters. Some of them had been 3-year starters. So this is a total rebuild for Nederland. That's not to mean, not to say that this season can't be successful, just that it's going to take some time, all 3 non-district games and the bye week. But I think Larry Newman's team will be competitive when they get in district. I don't think by any means you'd consider them a favorite. Now, Clear Lake, on the other hand, a 6A program coming off a 6-4 season. They have 7 offensive and 8 defensive starters back. They're a good-looking team. We saw them in week 1 of the Port Arthur News Friday Night Experience against Port Neches Groves, just down the road here. They lost that game 38-13. Port Neches kind of got them on the run. The quarterback really had a tremendous night, threw for almost 400 yards. But even in that, you could look and see there's some talent on this Clear Lake team. One of their receivers, Jordan Davis, 6'3", 250, going to A&M. They have a terrific linebacker named Nathan Fox going to Northwestern. One of their offensive linemen, Alex Snow, going to Texas San Antonio. So this game will be a challenge for Nederland.
And, of course, Larry Newman has one of the better coaching staffs in all of Southeast Texas. He's been at Nederland for this is his 22nd year, and in the previous 21, he's made the playoffs, 18 times?
Something like that. And he's never had an 0-2 start. This is the first 0-2 start for Nederland under Larry Newman. But, again, it's more not how you start, but how you finish.
Especially when you look at tough district, 22-5A, 3 straight undefeated years for the Nederland Bulldogs. And this year, that rival that knocked off Clear Lake in the first game, that's going to be the big one for us as well. Mid-County Madness when the Port Neches Groves Indians come to Nederland to take them on, and that may be the championship for 22-5A.
And to play for the first awarding of the Bum Phillips Trophy, which has gotten a lot of attention here in Southeast Texas. We're really proud of that at the Port Arthur News, to honor Bum, perpetuate his memory. It's a beautiful trophy, and it will add incentive, even though it doesn't seem possible when these two teams get together. But that trophy will add something to the game.
Yeah, when they say Mid-County Madness, they are not kidding.
No, they're not.
James Brenza, junior kicker for the Bulldogs, ready to tee it up here a little bit to the left of center. That's pretty much the way Nederland likes to do it. They angle it down. It hits the 20 and rolls to the 10. Falling on by number 20 for Clear Lake. That's Andre Gaskin. Let it get past him. You don't want to kick off to hit the ground, because now Clear Lake starts off deep in their own territory.
And that's just fine, I'm sure, with Larry Newman. And Nederland's big challenge for them to get better, they've got to get better defensively. They've given up an average of 33 points and 410 yards a game. They've given up a lot of big play touchdowns, 5 rushing touchdowns against Nederland this year of over 20 yards, a couple of them of over 50.
Will Smith, the sophomore quarterback for the Falcons, in the shotgun to start off. Hands off to the left halfback. That's number 25, Deshaun Francis. Senior running back takes it for a good gain up the middle.
Peyton DeVries, boy, makes a solid, number 24, makes a solid hit after a nice gain.
Almost 5 yards, second down now. And there's that jet sweep, you could almost call that. And there is a linebacker meeting him at the 15-yard line.
Is that 65 that made the
indeed.
hit there? And that would be Hunter Ellis. And he got a lot. Really, that play was set up by Nathan Tran. Watch Tran, number 71, string it out, force the runner back in to the flow of the defense. And Hunter Ellis really nailed him.
Will Smith giving a hand signal to his right halfback, and there's the handoff, or excuse me, the snap, and he's looking to throw, and everybody's covered. He has to take a 2-yard sack. So the Bulldog defense comes up big starting off.
And that's Hunter Ellis again. Boy, that's 2 big plays out of Hunter Ellis early in the ball game. Going to see it again. Hunter comes up the middle from the nose guard position. Really kind of a coverage sack, but Hunter gets there, brings him down. Play a little golf with Hunter's dad, Stu, and he will be out there beaming right now.
Scott Marshall punting for Clear Lake, angled it to the left-hand side. It nosed over, caught inside the Falcon territory at about the 49. And that's where the Bulldogs will put it in play, 1st and 10.
Tavian Mayfield handling the punt cleanly for the Bulldogs. They'll start in great position at the 50. And, boy, I know Larry Newman is happy about that first series. Of course, they got a break when they kick off, roll back to the 10-yard line. But back-to-back big plays from Hunter Ellis just really throttled Clear Lake.
Now the Bulldog offense, they've had a lot of penalties both offensively and defensively this year, and that's something I'm sure Coach Newman worked with them on this week, is being disciplined on both sides of the ball. They come out in the full spread with Sage Say, number 10, listed in Texas football as athlete. Pass goes to Ashton January.
Pass completed to January.
Picks up 8 yards on the first play.
Gain of 8 yards for the Bulldogs.
Sage Say in his first year as a starting quarterback. He is a great athlete. He can do a lot of things. He's a threat to run as well as throw. In fact, he's Nederland's leading rusher, which I'm sure that Larry Newman would like to see change. I don't think he wants to see his quarterback be his leading rusher.
Say 6'2", 200 yards, hands off to Marcus Barton. Excuse me, Austin Crouch, number 22, the junior running back, 160-pound, 5'9". No gain on the play. It's going to bring up 3rd down and a short 2 yards to go.
Of course, Nederland folks, Nederland's team, everybody missing number 24, Kendrick Hopkins, who gave them such great running back play.
There's Sage Say getting into the secondary, showing his speed, tackled at the 16-yard line. 1st down, Nederland.
And right there you're seeing what Sage Say can do, the ways he can hurt a defense. He's going to turn this into about a 25-yard gain right up the middle. Maybe 24 at the 16.
That's not something the Falcons saw in the first game against a 5A opponent, to where Fort Neches Groves threw it over the top. The running game pretty much stuffed in that first game. Say pointing out a few people, motion, brings in a halfback for extra blocking. He looks to throw, and he's going deep. Corner route just over the hands of his receiver, and that is Austin Crouch. Good play. They had tried to fake the safety in for a skinny post and send him on the corner route, but overthrew it. It'll bring up 2nd down.
We talk about the things Say can do. He's the leading passer, the leading rusher. And last week he caught a 54-yard touchdown pass. So he's done a little bit of everything.
6'2", 220 pounds, 2 varsity letters for Sage Say. He keeps the ball now going off the left side, picks up a couple of yards, bring up a long 3rd down for the Bulldogs. That's just power football going off left tackle.
Got 3 guys wrapped around him, including Nathan Fox, the player who is headed to Northwestern of the Big Ten after this season.
Nathan Fox, an excellent linebacker. Clear Lake trying to get into the playoffs this year in their 6A district. They're picked right at the bubble by several, including Texas football. Trying to get the ball to number 7, Tavian Mayfield. Well defended there by the Falcons.
So they put a little too much on it, so Nederland will settle for an apparent field goal attempt.
Brenza setting up on the left hash mark, number 20 there. Marking out his distance, laying the tee down. This is a natural turf field. And, of course, with the rains that we have had today, footing's always going to be an issue. Brenza's kick. A little bit wide right, so Clear Lake dodges the initial bullet. Nederland taking the ball, driving about 34 yards and missing the field goal. Score remains 0-0.
Opportunity lost for the Bulldogs. You get a first down at the 16 and come away without any points. That's not being productive. That's that red zone failure that so many coaches dread.
Ball's at the 20-yard line. That's where it's spotted now after the missed field goal.
See if they've located Hunter Ellis down there yet.
Big number 65 is actually in a frog stance there, moves over into the A gap. Fakes the handoff, and they run the little slip screen to their big wide receiver.
And look who's on the tackle. Hunter Ellis comes down the line of scrimmage and makes that tackle. And, boy, we've already seen this kid make 3 excellent plays. Look, he's being blocked in the middle. Here he comes from behind, catches the receiver and brings him down.
They try a scat run. This time he gets past the defensive line into the linebackers to the 30-yard line. It's going to be close to a first down. And it is a first down as the linesman marks it.
First down of the game for Clear Lake.
And again, staying in that hurry-up offense that gave Port Neches Groves a lot of trouble early on.
Yeah, first time they had the ball, they took it right down the field and scored, and then the Indians kind of took the game over.
Crossing action in the backfield, sniffed out by the Bulldogs. Handoff goes to Nicholas McGee, the senior running back, gains a yard. Well, where he's marked, his knees right at the 30, so no gain on that play.
And I believe this is going to be Leon Mayfield, number 1, coming. Well, he didn't finish the stop off. Didn't see who got there first. We will be calling Mayfield's name a lot, I think. He's an excellent player.
Empty backfield, and they're throwing it to the big guy, and it must have slipped out of his hand. When I say big guy, Jordan Davis, number 19 there, is what, about two of me, right?
Well, Charlie, wait a minute now. Let's be careful with that. But he's a big guy.
He's a very tall target.
6'3", 250. Will play his college football at Texas A&M as if they needed any more good players.
Rolling out, and they give the inside draw play to number 21, Nicholas McGee. It's almost like a sprint draw look with a halfback handing off, but that's going to bring up 4th down now, and the Nederland Bulldogs held him for 3 straight there.
Okay, let's watch Hunter Ellis again, and he's got help there at the point of attack, but he's in on another tackle.
Scott Marshall lining up for his second punt of the game. 2 receivers back for Nederland, so they're going to be returning here. Low snap. Marshall's able to get it off, and Nederland just gets away from it, letting it bounce dead at their 39-yard line, so that'll be their second possession, a little bit deeper than it was earlier.
But 2 good defensive series for Nederland, and that's what you've got to do. You've just kind of got to build on things. They made a lot of mistakes. And it was clearly those first 2 games against teams with explosive, fast athletes, Crosby and Dayton. Some of what they'll see, we saw some of that out of Central last week. The team I think is the team you're going to have to beat to win the district. I think Central and Port Neches Groves will be the top teams in 24A.
Beaumont Central Jaguars played 6A Port Arthur Memorial virtually heads up until halfway through the 4th quarter before losing 17-14. Sage Say by himself now. And there's a flag on the play as they had the jet sweep to Krauts coming to this side. Illegal procedure called against the offense.
And when I read last week that, and I kept thinking this is a misprint. Nederland had 20 penalties last week. 20.
That just jumps out at you, doesn't it? I mean, when
so
you look at that team.
uncharacteristic of the discipline in this program.
And they weren't small penalties, 176 yards total.
Wow.
I mean, that's it's 3 touchdowns worth just about. Joining Sage Say in the backfield's number 3, Marcus Barton, the junior running back. Of course, most teams now using hand signals to get the plays in. At the screen to Krauts. Krauts pops it outside. He's got the first down, and Austin Krauts has got the speed. Can he break the barn? There he goes, Austin Krauts on a 46-yard pass, 66-yard pass from Sage Say. That's how it's going to go in the book.
I believe it's going to go as 59. So it was from the 41. Let's look at it again. Just a little pass out in the flat. And Clear Lake just in really in poor position to defend the play. I mean, I don't think Nederland would honestly tell you we thought this play would go for a touchdown.
Here's our ground shot from Dale LeBlanc's ground camera. You can see Austin Krauts running right past him. Krauts well known in the area for his speed. The kick from Brenza, point after attempt is good. Nederland breaks on top 7-0. We'd like to take a moment here and acknowledge the sponsors of the Port Arthur News Friday Night Experience, those that help bring this high school action to you every week. The IBEW Local 479, Holy Cross Lutheran Church, Kishnik Industries, Bubba's Air Conditioning, Pizza Inn and Donnie Broussard, Ritter Lumber, the Museum of the Gulf Coast, DuPont Goodrich Federal Credit Union, Robert Giblin, Mike Fulgence at Universal Coin and Bullion, Lamar University Beaumont, Market Basket, 5 Point Credit Union, Motiva Enterprises, the Medical Center of Southeast Texas, and Lamar State College of Port Arthur. We thank all of the sponsors for the Port Arthur News Friday Night Experience. Couldn't do it without you guys for 20 years, Bob. Some of these have been, helping out, paying the way, making sure that there was electricity coming to these monitors and everything.
Yeah, I can't say enough about all of our sponsors, but especially those that have been on board with us going almost all the way back. I'm talking Sam Monroe and Lamar Port Arthur Museum of the Gulf Coast. They were in there early with us. Motiva was in there early with us.
Brenza's kick taken in the air at the 25. Ball's loose. I thought it was. It looked like it.
I think he held on to it.
Okay, Colin Davis, number 7, ends up with the ball. Hands it to the referee. Let's see here on the replay. Yep,
it was
did.
in here.
It popped loose. It came right up to him.
Good eyes. Charlie popped right back to him. Fortunate for Clear Lake.
It's either a football or a helmet. It was something moving around there. So, Will Smith, sophomore quarterback, brings him out. Halfbacks now on either side of him. Nederland in their familiar 4-4-3 defense. 2 wide receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Smith drops back to throw. He brings it down. He's going to run it. Gains to the 40-yard line. 2nd down.
Connor Hughes flushed him out, made him take off, and Smith turns it into a pretty nice little, he's about 5 yards, I guess. Right there, he comes out of the pocket.
Leon Mayfield trying to catch up to him, finally tackled over there by Peyton DeVries. A little bit of cross action there, but he ran into one of the big linemen.
Nathan Tran, who's been very active tonight.
You can see they're setting up kind of a sweep out of that action. The halfback's going around wide, and they hand off to the fullback coming up the middle. No gain on that play as Tran sniffed it out.
3rd and 5, big play for Clear Lake. You got to think they need to make a first down. They need to keep the ball a little bit.
Pass play set up. He's got the shake route going. Ball slips out of his hand and fell in the middle of 5 Bulldogs.
He looked like he was just about shot putting that ball, Charlie. Both times he's thrown tonight, it doesn't look like he had watched this. Well, didn't get a good look.
He was
at
trying
it,
to get it to Jordan Davis, who's running a shake route on the outside. He may have tried to pull it back because Davis was still covered after he made his move.
May have. Sure looked awkward. Oh, third punt already for Clear Lake.
Good snap this time. End over end. It's touched there at the 35-yard line, bounces into one of the Clear Lake defenders or coverage people, so Nederland will have 1st and 10 just inside their 35-yard line.
So 3 Clear Lake possessions and only 1 first down. You have to think maybe Nederland has really turned it up a notch defensively. They know where they had to get better. They put in a long week, had a good week of practice from what I understand, and look much sharper on defense.
Sage Say and Austin Crouch moving to the backfield. Going wide right is Ashton January. Trevor Bro wide left for the Bulldogs as everybody looks to the sideline to get the signals. Say's ready, fakes the handoff, pulls it back. Say dives forward, he gets the first down at the 45-yard line. It depends on the spot. His knee may have hit before the ball came across.
Close, just a little fake, which pulled in some of the defense. Say tucks it, lunges. Yeah. Looks to me like he probably should have had a first down.
Yeah, I thought they had his legs off the ground and he pivoted off of his forearm, but the referees are a lot closer with better eyes. Measurement on the field. It'll be just short.
Okay, here's that down where if you want to go deep, be a good time to do that. So it's pretty much like a free down. You got to figure Sage Say can make that yardage on 3rd down if you need it.
Again, this is a natural turf field, which means you can already see a few divots out there.
Pretty wet down there. You and I were on the field before the game. Now the field does drain well and it's crowned. So in the middle, it's probably in pretty good shape.
2nd down and very short for the Bulldogs. 5:07 left in the first quarter. Nederland on top 7-0 on a 66-yard screen pass, you could almost call it, to Crouch. Austin Crouch from Sage Say. Crouch showed some speed hitting down the sideline. They fake the jet, and there goes the bomb down the middle.
No chance, but worth trying. Clear Lake did a good job in covering. Had double coverage, actually, so they must have been thinking the same way.
Trevor Bro out there along with Austin Crouch. You can see Sage has a very good arm. Nice tight spiral on that, but just out of the reach, so we're back down to 3rd down and 1 foot to go for Nederland.
3rd and that foot, so Say needs to make me look good now. I said he would easily be able to pick that up. He looks like he's going to get under center and maybe just quarterback sneak it here.
All right, Twins right. They came over the top to try and stop him.
He didn't get a lot, but I think he got enough.
And I tell you, coming over the top was Nathan Fox. He timed that one perfectly to try and grab Sage before he could get his feet going. Watch the timing there. Look at that.
Look at that, man.
And he tackles him.
He did, and it's close there. It's well, they got it. He got it, but well, he didn't get it by much. That's a heck of a play by Fox.
Looked like a WWE takedown move.
Right.
grab the waist and use your body to pull him down. 1st down and 10 at the Bulldog 45. Handoff goes to Marcus Barton, who spun down after a yard gain.
One of the things that Nederland really wants to get better at is running the ball when it's not in Sage Say's hands. They just have not been very productive, and you see there's really not a lot there.
One thing that Clear Lake could do against P&G and everybody else was defend the run between the tackles.
They did do that. They shut down the Halfin kid really well.
Here's that little slip screen going to Jace Borderline, number 13. Gets into Falcon territory at their 47-yard line. It'll bring up 3rd down and 2 to go. Good job of following the blockers there. Tavian Mayfield leading the way.
Clear Lake in much better position defensively that time.
Three receivers to the right-hand side along with Marcus Barton. That's the wide side of the field. Sage Say gets the signal from the sideline. Tried to make Clear Lake jump, didn't work. Play clock's down to 3 seconds. They run a quick little pass over to Tavian Mayfield. He gets the first down crossing the 45-yard line.
Nice effort by Mayfield. Early on, it didn't look like he was going to get it. He juked a little bit. Got headed upfield, fell forward. You're going to see it again here. You look, and right away, it looks like this play is defended. He's two guys have a shot. He wiggles away, and it's a nice piece of running.
Tavian Mayfield, the sophomore, listed as quarterback D-back, so of course he's playing wide receiver. From the pistol, Austin Crouch tries to cut back and meets Mr. Fox. No gain.
And, most people who meet Mr. Fox in the hole come away the worse for it.
Crouch had a pretty good cutback lane there, but, you know, as far as the defensive and offensive line look, but Nathan Fox, number 45 for Clear Lake, occupies a lot of space on that defense. Crouch in motion. He gets the jet sweep, and there's a lot of room over there. He cuts back, gets the first down. Tackled by Fox from behind, but a great gain by Austin Crouch.
Crouch showing that speed again. Boy, when he jumped up in the hole and turned on the burners, which is going to be about right there.
He saw the crease.
He just ran away from people.
Nathan Fox comes over to finish him off. Crouch comes out for a minute. Barton in the backfield now with Sage Say.
3 first downs on this drive for Nederland. They're moving the ball very well.
And off to Barton. He gets a little bit of crease up the middle off of the left guard. Looks like he gets inside the 25-yard line. Second down.
Okay, let's see. Yeah, he gets about 3 up in there. That play has to be successful for Say to be able to fake it and take off. They're not going to honor the fake if they aren't able to run inside a little bit.
Say by himself now in the backfield. Chase Bordelon in motion. Sage just takes it, dives forward. It's kind of a dangerous move there, trying to get to the 20-yard line.
Fox again is there along with number 32, Cody Langford.
Watch Say leave his feet. I don't know if it's voluntary or involuntary. No, he did jump over one of his own guys there.
3rd and 3. I think you would look at this in this position on the field as 4-down territory. So they've really got 2 downs to make 3 yards. Well, he may not need it.
Made him jump.
He may not need it.
And it looked like somebody came across and contacted the center.
Nathan Fox, very aggressive defender. And a little bit too aggressive that time. He was not drawn off, it does not appear. Yeah, they're calling for offside. So a 4th first down in this drive for Nederland.
Good discipline there by the Bulldogs. They saw what Fox did on that last 3rd down and short and took advantage of his enthusiasm by changing the snap count.
Kind of interesting, Charlie, that he would be going to Northwestern. I don't think many players out of this area, in the Houston area, sort of this area, wind up playing in the Big Ten. That's unusual.
Maybe he wanted to just get away from the humidity. Sage Say looking in the corner of the end zone, throws to Colton Broussard, but he's well covered over there by Niels Cosmo.
Well, back to Fox and going to Northwestern, he better get him a heavy coat when he gets to Chicago.
Different world up there.
And again, Say just overthrows. Bulldogs, of course, they had the big passing touchdown, but it was on a short route. They have not had much luck throwing the ball down the field tonight.
2nd down and 10 now. Crouch at right halfback for Say. Say throws that little slip screen to Bordelon through his hands.
Bordelon took his eyes off the ball. I think if we see the replay, and the play was set up. This was going to get some yards. Now, I think Bordelon looked downfield to see what was there for him, and just let the ball slip through his hands and got a player down here.
Injured player is Tavian Mayfield, who threw a block on Nathan Fox. Of course, all the trainers come out to check on that, and all the players take advantage of this brief break here in the action. We've got it's a very humid day down here. I got up into the low 90s, high 80s in southeast Texas. You could almost say it's a traditional September weather here. It looks like we're in the eye of a hurricane, though. There's a tremendous number of clouds around here. We would like to acknowledge the sponsors of the Nederland ISD scoreboard, Natchez Federal Credit Union, 5 Point Credit Union, JK Chevrolet, Gulf Credit Union, William Dornbos, Classic of Southeast Texas, Christus Hospitals, and DuPont Goodrich Credit Union. And also, Philpott Motors. They give away a car every year at Nederland High School as a perfect attendance incentive. Philpott Motors and Nederland ISD, partners in education. Not as big as Jerry World, but big enough for the Bulldogs.
It handles the Bulldogs' needs well. Well, I'd be all for a new stadium. I think a lot of folks would too. This one has served the district well for a long time.
3rd down and 10. A lot of motion by the Bulldogs. We have a new quarterback in there. That's number 12, Brett Smith. Hands off to Marcus Barton. He gets a few yards, but nowhere close, so it looks like the field goal unit is coming out. Brett Smith, inside handoff there. Oh, wraparound there to Marcus Barton. Does not fool Clear Lake. Too many eyes on that wraparound handoff.
And I didn't see, was Say in the game as a receiver?
I think he was out wide. It was like they were trying to give it to him or use him as a decoy, I guess would be the way to put it. So the field goal attempt from the junior kicker, James Brenza. Hit the goal post, no good.
So another opportunity missed for the Bulldogs. They've had a chance to score every time they've had the football. And the field goal kicking is another area where they're kind of retooling. They had one of the better ones around last year here.
Brenza Jr. has a pretty strong leg, but again, the footing out there might be suspect. 1st down and 10 for Clear Lake at their own 20-yard line. They've spent this entire first quarter on their own end as Nederland Bulldog defense has forced 3 punts so far. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. There's that cross action. They hand off to number 21. He's got a lot of speed, Nicholas McGee. Kraut's getting him from behind, and he's going to tackle him from behind, but a fantastic play there for the Clear Lake Falcons. The senior Nicholas McGee breaks it into Bulldog territory at the 23.
And there's the big play that's haunted Nederland all year.
A cross action in the backfield. Krauts does a great job of catching him from behind, makes up about 3 yards on that run.
Yeah, it really did. Looked like it was going to be a touchdown, and that's about, let's see, about 55 yards, I think, at first glance. We'll get an official on that.
Deshaun Francis, number 25, the other senior running back, gets inside the 20 to the 19. Francis, definitely a speed merchant.
And McGee last week, 8 carries for 144 yards, so he's an explosive type back, and they kept him in check up until that point.
Tripp Arnold, number 3, an injured player, Clear Lake Falcons. He tried to get off the field. He wasn't able to do it, so we have another injury timeout.
20 seconds left in the first quarter. Nederland up 7-0. It had been just a picture-perfect game for Nederland up to that point. But McGee popped it big up the middle, and Clear Lake sitting in a position with a great opportunity to tie this game up.
One of the things we're looking forward to later on in our 20th season, of course, is Mid-County Madness between the Port Neches Groves Indians and the Nederland Bulldogs, played here at this stadium. And Bob, I think you can explain a little bit about this beautiful trophy.
Well, that's an actual Bum Phillips hat, bronzed, with sitting on a gold football. which sits on the base of a trophy with a photo of Bum on the sidelines in Pittsburgh etched in. Of course, you can read it. Bum Phillips, Coach Cowboy Christian, birth date and the day passed, Mid-County Madness, the Bum Phillips. But we are so proud of that trophy, and folks are in this area, in the Mid-County area, are so excited. We've kind of had a trophy tour, I believe is at Natchez Federal Credit Union this week. Been very interesting how that's evolved and how people have come and had their pictures taken with that trophy. Bum Phillips, of course, a revered figure in this area and at these two schools in particular.
For those of you from the Clear Lake area, Bum Phillips coached at both of these schools, Nederland and Port Neches Groves, and that's why, and of course, Wade Phillips played quarterback for Port Neches Groves. Handoff goes to number 25, Deshaun Francis, and he's going to get to the end zone. Touchdown, Clear Lake. A 19-yard gain for Francis as he just followed his blockers into the end zone.
So you would think maybe, and here we're going to look at it again, and there is just a gaping hole in the middle of the Nederland defense. I think one got, well, maybe two guys got a hand on him.
Clear Lake sets up their own version of the swinging gate just to make sure everybody's paying attention. Now Marshall set for the point after. From the hold of Colin Davis, we've got a tie game. It is 7-7.
So Clear Lake went, I think it was, the drive, they started on the 21. I think it looked like they went maybe 79 yards in, was it 3 plays, 79 yards in 3 plays. So Nederland played 11 and a half minutes of a great first quarter, and then it got away from them. The big play again, the big running play.
Nicholas McGee
continues to haunt Nederland's defense, and they get the touchdown from 19 yards out. The average distance of the 5 rushing touchdowns against Nederland before that one was 34 yards.
Wow.
So it's going to drop a little, but with a 19-yarder. But again, you just can't give up big plays like that defensively. Numerous. I mean, you can give up some, but you got to tackle them in the field of play.
And it was noted, I think, earlier by you that Nederland only had 15 lettermen coming back this year after all those good seasons. They had 5 defensive starters, only 4 offensive starters.
Yeah, it was a big. And the thing is, the guy, and we talked about it on the top of the show, the guys that left, a bunch of them were 3-year starters, 2- and 3-year starters. This was a veteran, really good football team here in that last year.
Tie game, Scott Marshall kicks it away, hits at the 10, taken there by Austin Krauts, back at his 5, a little bit of hole up the middle. Krauts puts his head down, gets across the 25 to about the 27-yard line. Just a middle wedge return right there.
And that's going to do it for the first quarter, Charlie. 7-7. We got a good one here. We thought we would have.
Definitely what Nederland was hoping to get starting off there. And defensively, I'm sure the coaches are going to be working with them, trying to figure out what happened on those big running plays. Clear Lake last week when they were playing against Rayburn scored a bunch of their points through the air, as their quarterback Will Smith was able to find Jordan Davis open several times in a 64-7 rout, Pasadena Rayburn.
Yeah, it was 49-7 at the half. The game, I think 35 in the first quarter they scored. The game just got out of hand really quick.
Rayburn's another 6A team as well, so that's kind of like even Steven as far as that goes. We were down on the field during the warm-ups of these two teams, and when Clear Lake took the field for calisthenics, the field tilted in their direction because every 5 yards there was a Falcon.
There were a lot of them out there. Numbers-wise, I almost think they are suited up maybe twice as many players as Nederland. You can see on the sideline over there, stretching both ways. Big school.
And I never saw a flag, but apparently there was one because they're making them re-kick here, Bob.
Going to kick from the 35.
Back them up 5 yards. I never saw the flag. It must have been an offsides to bounce them up. So the Bulldogs will get one more attempt here, even though the time ran out. You've got to finish it. That's considered a penalty on the defense, and you can't end a half or a quarter on a defensive penalty. Nederland's moving some of their receivers around, trying to anticipate where Scott Marshall's going to put it. He pooches it up in the air, taken there by Barton. He gets across the 40, and there's a scrum. That's how rugby's played in the old country. They get to the 46-yard line. I'm familiar with that. I played at Lamar one year. I was the guy in the middle with the legs sticking up. That was oh, that was old school there, out to the 47-yard line. So that's where Nederland will put it in play, 1st and 10.
Well, Nederland came out of that pretty good. They'll have good starting field position as we move to the second quarter.
When we look at our schedule now, next week, Port Arthur News Friday Night Experience will not have a game, but the week after that, we will start the 6A district play with the Channelview Falcons coming down to play Port Arthur Memorial, and we will be at Memorial Stadium for that one to see if Port Arthur Memorial can maintain their dominance of Channelview.
Charlie, I'm a little confused. I thought that would be an untimed play at the end of the quarter. Now we're 8 seconds into the second quarter.
No, I think they've got it right. Yeah, they just reset it to 12.
Oh, okay.
To 12.
Right. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay.
Hey, it's still a non-district for the score guy over there in the booth right next to us. You know, district it counts. We're watching that.
Right.
Sage Say and Marcus Barton in the backfield for Nederland, trying to answer what the Falcons just did. Barton bounces free, steps away from several Falcons, dives forward just short of a first down.
Heck of an effort by Marcus Barton. Bounced off 2 different pretty clean shots at him. One of them right there.
Got away from Fox.
Fox, yeah. And then other tackler kind of went at his feet. Nice piece of running.
9-yard gain, 2nd down and 1 in Falcon territory at the 44. Barton switches sides. 2 receivers to each side. Say gets it, and Barton blocks for him. Sage gets the ball, is thrown forward to the 34-yard line. 1st down for the Bulldogs.
Clear Lake trying to tackle the ball on him there. Couldn't get it.
Having Say back there makes it definitely an offensive attack that Nederland has had for years. They've had Kendrick Hopkins last year as a tailback, the rushing attack that Nederland has been able to have. Say now rolls to his right, throws into coverage there, trying to get it to Trey Richardson. That was a dangerous pass.
It was. It was basically double coverage. So we've got a good one here, 7-7, Nederland and Clear Lake. Nederland dominated the entire first quarter, and then Clear Lake breaks a big run in the final 30 seconds of the period and scores 2 plays later, and it's a 7-7 game.
Nederland at the Falcon 34-yard line, 2nd down and 10 after that incomplete pass. 3 receivers to the left-hand side. Sage Say hands it off to Austin Krauts. Krauts dives forward for an 8-yard gain. It'll bring up 3rd down and 2 for the Bulldogs.
Clear Lake's going to start respecting this guy's speed. I'm sure they already do, but earlier in the game we saw him take a short swing pass and just explode 59 yards for the Nederland touchdown.
Receivers checking on the sideline. All the signals being brought in from the side. I like the way the linemen are looking at the defense. They just need to know the snap count. That's all they need. Receivers ready. Krauts in a pistol back. Now he goes in motion. Sage Say tries to get outside, cuts back, gets the 1st down, diving to the 26-yard line.
Ball.
Sage Say doing a great job again. A big person there, 6'2", 200 pounds. Mainly used him as a wide receiver or a spot running back previously. He had 2 varsity letters for the Bulldogs.
He was a big player on their defense last year, wasn't he?
He's a stinger back, one of the outside linebackers. Say looking to throw, and he's got an opening. Cuts it back in, gets across the 20.
So he had 7 carries for 57 yards prior to that play. He's going to add a little more to it. He's kind of, I don't know if you watched Brigham Young take Texas apart last week, and then they had a good one with Houston last night.
Yes, they did.
33-25, but he reminds me a little bit of the quarterback at Brigham Young that's so effective running the ball and throwing the ball.
3 receivers to the right-hand side. Marcus Barton to the left. He stays into block. Say hits his receiver, Jace Bordelon. Bordelon breaks free to the 3-yard line. First and goal for the Bulldogs.
Good throw from Sage Say. Nice catch by Bordelon. Nederland gets him a first down and goal.
Watch this move by Bordelon. He's surrounded. Gets away from 2 of the Falcons and barely catches him. There's the pile trying to get into the end zone. They're close. Just line it up and give it to Sage Say. His knee went down just before he crossed the goal line. Bulldogs have second down from inside the 1.
So nice answer by Nederland to the Clear Lake lightning-like scoring drive.
Krauts at halfback.
Bulldogs 1 yard away from retaking the lead.
Double wing. Sage Say tries to get in, but I tell you, that's a fantastic move there by Chris Carnahan.
Yeah, Carnahan was coming to Say all the way. I mean, he was locked in on Sage Say. Watch him come from the bottom of the screen here. And nobody blocked him.
Yeah, you've got to stop that guy from getting inside the tackle there.
So what will the Bulldogs dial up from here? Maybe some kind of run pass option for Say. Get him on the move.
Oh, fumble gets away from Austin Krauts. Ball is still free. It's going to be recovered by the Falcons at the 11-yard line.
Wow, what an expensive turnover for Nederland.
The pitch from Say to Krauts. Krauts never really had it. It looked like it came in just a little bit too high, bounced off of his helmet.
Got to get back and get this football, though. He missed it. Say missed it. And Falcons said, well, okay, we'll take it.
So Clear Lake takes over the first turnover of the game at their own 12-yard line.
That is a killer turnover, a momentum killer, or just everything. First and goal on the 1, and you come away empty.
Handoff goes to number 25, Deshaun Francis.
That's the lethal defensive line combination of Hunter Ellis and Nathan Tran, and they've been very active all night.
Tran coming in from his defensive end position.
Like Ellis might have been getting held on a play and still got in on it.
Smith with the throw. Throws the shake route, trying to get it to Jordan Davis, who's double covered.
You know, we hadn't called his name, Trey Richardson, on the defense, so, you know, we hadn't called his name tonight, have we? Jordan Davis?
I don't think so. And again, as tall as he is, what Port Neches Groves did was double cover him all night with 2 short defensive backs, which is pretty much what Nederland's having to do as well. Very few D-backs are 6'2". Trey Richardson, and again, Jordan Davis has got 2 Bulldogs looking right at him. High snap given to Deshaun Francis. He tries to get outside, and it's strung out well by the defense.
Nothing doing there. I see number 1 coming up off the bottom. He had help. It wasn't Leon Mayfield alone, but let's see who gets there first. 99 gets there first. Connor Hughes for the Bulldogs. So Nederland at least minimized the damage with a 3 and out. Doesn't make up for not getting 7 points out of that last possession, but they should get good field position and maybe a chance to take it back down the field.
Scott Marshall's punt, a very good one, hits at the 49 and takes a forward roll. Going to be downed at the Nederland 43-yard line. Excellent punt there from Scott Marshall. Nederland was anticipating getting the ball inside Clear Lake territory, but they're 10 yards further back. A great game, 7-7. Nederland has missed 2 field goals and had a fumble at the Clear Lake 1-yard line.
So I guarantee you, I can almost read what Larry Newman tells our Gary Dickert after the game. We blew too many scoring opportunities. Win or lose, Newman's going to say that, because that's 13 points or more that they've left, because twice they were first down inside the 20 and settled for field goals that were missed. So you just got to be careful about letting opportunities to get in control of a game get away from it.
Number 10, Sage Say. Marcus Barton next to him. Say looks to throw, gets it to Borderline. Borderline puts his head down, crosses the 50. It's going to be second down and 3 to go for the Bulldogs.
Good first down play.
Gain of 7 yards on the play.
It's a great timing move. It's hard to stop a hook like that, you know, and especially when they're playing man defense, which most of them do nowadays at the high school level. 2 receivers now to either side. Now they bring in Richardson. Sage fakes it. He's got a guy open, but he'd rather keep it and run. Sage Say taken down at the 33-yard line, make it the 32. No, he stepped out of bounds at the 40. The referee's got it marked there.
So they wound up taking a pretty good shot on this play. It's one of the things they would like to see him get down when he can. He's just such a competitor. Okay, he turns it up here.
He's going to
right
plant
there,
yep.
right there, 41. He stepped out of bounds, took a pretty solid hit downfield.
Good shot from the HD camera up there, caught exactly what the referee saw. It's still a first down for Nederland at the 40-yard line. Empty backfield, 2 receivers to the right, 3 to the left. Say takes it right up the middle.
Nice initial hold, but it closed up pretty fast. Say's going to wind up getting about 4 yards.
On the replay, watch this lineman come around, not lineman, but Barton goes down. He tries to hit the linebacker, and he lost his footing. Tackle made there by number 68. That's Nathan Mandani for Clear Lake. Now they flex out the tight end. 2 receivers still on either side. So he's looking downfield, and there's that little hook pattern, but Bordelon did not have it in his hands before he made his move.
Bordelon got to catch that ball. That is just right there. Let's see, maybe it was a little behind him. Let's look and see, but it looked to me like it was just right on target.
Yep, it's right in his hands.
Right in the numbers.
So it's third down now. The Bulldogs need to get to the 30-yard line of the Falcons to maintain possession. Play clock's at 10 seconds now. Barton to the left along with 3 receivers. Say starts to roll that way, but there's a flag on the play.
Be some kind of illegal procedure. So again, Nederland kind of shooting itself in the foot here. Drop pass followed by a penalty, and all of a sudden a very promising possession now comes down to converting a 3rd and 11, or maybe have to kicking the ball away.
3rd down and 11 for the Bulldogs.
Nederland changes its formation, goes back to the deuce look with 2 receivers on either side. Barton stays in the backfield with quarterback Sage Say. Say sends Bordelon in motion, brings him up as a halfback. He thought there was going to be some pressure, and there is. Sage Say dodging in the backfield, catches a guy. Trey Richardson has the ball tipped away from him at the 27-yard line.
Yeah, just excellent coverage there by Cody Langford. Not much chance to get that one in.
The Bulldogs face a 4th and 11.
So here, is Larry Newman going to, we're looking at the replay, and again, great coverage there. It appears that Nederland is going to go for it unless they haven't seen it. Yeah, and that's probably what we're going to see. He's back. He dropped back a little bit now.
Yeah, they're in the quick kick.
Yeah.
And Clear Lake has nobody back, so there's just a little pop it forward, make it roll, and it rolls out of bounds at the 18-yard line. Not quite as good of a kick as you would expect, but Nederland punting, and that's, I believe, their first punt.
Yeah, it is, because they've been inside the 20-yard line every other possession, and here a drop pass cost them a first down that would have gotten them about the 25-yard line. So it's a game of one missed opportunity after another for Nederland, and I don't know how many you've seen games like this. One team kind of dominates, the other team hangs in. All of a sudden the other team makes a big play and you're behind and you're in trouble.
Will Smith hands off to Nicholas McGee. That's almost like a counter play, the way Smith holds the ball there in McGee's stomach while the linemen come folding around. Watch the guys on the offensive left side. Both of them come around.
And you see Nathan Tran get him an armful of ball carrier. He and Ellis have been really good tonight.
Smith takes the ball, straight drop back, plants and throws it. It's a first down out to the 35-yard line. Pass caught out there by Chandler Murphy, senior wide receiver, and this is just a good timing pattern. Ran the out route.
First down,
Falcons in a deuce look themselves. Here's a little hitch screen. Bulldogs catch him after about a 3-yard gain. Corey Flanagan.
And Trevor Bro came up quick. Not much there. See the ball caught about a yard behind the line of scrimmage. Bro comes up, stands him up, gets help from.
Is Chandler Murphy on the reception? My mistake on the number there.
Jacob Jones helping on the tackle.
Smith looks to throw it deep. He's got the big guy wide open in stride. He drops the ball. He drops the ball. Picked up by the Bulldogs at the 8-yard line. Oh my, Jordan Davis had a touchdown. Trey Richardson's following him. Davis drops the ball, picked up by Richardson at the 37.
Wow, what a crazy turnaround that is. Holy cow, let's look at it again. Okay, you're going to see Jones get behind the defense. He's headed to the end zone. Now he looked back and tried to change the ball from one hand to the other. And so Trey Richardson, who was seconds away from getting probably spoken to on the sideline about his man being behind him, and he's pounding the ground over there. Trey, you salvaged something there, son.
Well, I think the coach is still going to talk to him about the coverage, but you've got to admit that was a fantastic pattern by Jordan Davis. The post and got single coverage, and Smith hit him right in stride. That should have been a touchdown, an unforced error by Clear Lake.
May not see any more single coverage on him tonight. I think we got a little idea of why he's headed to A&M, although they wouldn't like the end of the play.
Sage Say, Nederland from their own 38-yard line. Say dives forward to the 43.
Well, Say takes a lot of punishment for a quarterback. Can he go through a whole season taking that much punishment?
I don't know. I mean, he is a big player. You can see him out there. He's as big as some of the offensive linemen, the guards in particular. But like you say, getting hit when you're not able really to protect yourself as a running back. And he's one that, shall we say, looks for contact?
I think he does, yes. I think he does.
Fake to Marcus Barton. Sage just goes straight up the middle. Close to the first down. I think he'll be short by about a foot or so. All depends on the spot. You can see the side judge is coming in. It's a first down.
Is it? Okay, I guess. Well, I see the guy starting to move. Yeah, okay.
Again, they're closer and their eyes are better. That's my excuse for every time I blow it. Clock is running. Just outside 3 minutes left in the first half. Sage Say gets the snap. It rolls back to him. He picks it up and scrambles. He's got a lot of room on that left side if he can get there.
Did he fumble?
Ball
fumble at the end of the play.
They say the knee was down. 6-yard gain. It'll be 2nd and 4.
Second down and 4
I'm
for the
assuming
Bulldogs.
Sage Say is in good condition because if he's not, by come the fourth quarter, he's going to be one tired guy.
And that may be why Nederland's calling a timeout right now, because everything's been going through Sage Say's hands and feet. So we have a 7-7 game with 2:28 left in the first half. Started off, Nederland scored early in the first quarter, a 66-yard pass and run from Sage Say to Austin Krauts, who hit the sideline and outran everybody. Point after attempt from James Brenza was good, 7-0, and then Clear Lake taking advantage of a long run by Nicholas McGee. The touchdown was scored by Deshaun Francis, a 25-yard touchdown. Point after was good, making it 7-7. Nederland has missed 2 field goals. James Brenza, neither kick really looked good. They were, Brenza has good enough leg to get it there, but those 34, 35-yard field goals were wide left and wide right. And Nederland was about to score just a few moments ago. They lost a fumble at the 1-yard line. Clear Lake ended up taking over at the 12 after exchanging punts. Jordan Davis for Clear Lake running into the end zone, fumbled without being touched at the 8-yard line. Trey Richardson from Nederland recovered it and brought it back out. And that's where we are now, 2nd down and 4.
Okay, I got a pretty good Sage Say stat as soon as they run this play.
Barton at left halfback, Say checking the defense. 3 receivers to the left side.
Better get rid of it.
Sage Say is in trouble. He throws it, trying to get to Marcus Barton. Excuse me, not Marcus Barton, but Colton Broussard, number 5. Pass is incomplete, brings up 3rd down.
So up to this point, Sage Say 15 rushes for 90 yards. You're going to see the replay here. He just scrambles and throws it away. 15 rushes for 90 yards, 6 of 14 passing for 110 yards. So that's 200 total yards for Sage Say, and Nederland has 231.
Oh, okay.
So he's got all but he's had a hand in all but 31 of Nederland's yards.
Back to live action now, 3rd down and 4. Say drops back. Austin Krauts with the 1st down at the 35-yard line, gets down to the 34.
Nice job of holding on for Krauts. I mean, that's that going over the middle thing, and you know you're going to get stuck, and he did get stuck. Watch the contact here.
Looked like the Falcons hit him from either side
Yep.
at the same time.
Yep, number 20, Andre Gaskin, really putting the shots. He just bounced off and got a big 1st down for Nederland.
Junior Austin Krauts, 160 pounds, has 1 varsity letter already. He stays in at left halfback. Sage Say rolls to the left. Throws it. Good catch there by Jace Bordelon. And he holds on to it as the Falcons are all over him. He's got another 1st down.
Ball had a little stuff on it. That was the safe fastball there, and it was into a – this play's well covered. Look now, he's zeroed in that. I mean, how could a defender play you much better than number 20, Gaskin, was playing Bordelon? Say really put some zip on that.
Shotgun backfield now. Barton to the right, Krauts to the left, 2 wide receivers to the right. Fakes the handoff. He's looking to single coverage over on the left-hand side, trying to get it to Ashton January. Ball must have slipped out of his hands. Was not even close.
No, and is closer to being picked than it was caught by a Nederland receiver. Right there, that was close.
I don't know if Nathan Fox, who was in the sight line there, might have affected the trajectory there. Again, Fox takes a lot of trajectory when he's standing there. It's hard to see past that big guy. He may be the biggest guy on the defense when you look at him out there, number 45.
He does take up some space.
Empty backfield. Sage rolls to his right. It's a design quarterback draw. He gets close to the 20-yard line. That's going to be a short gain. 3rd down and 6.
There's your man Fox again. Say getting up a little bit slow this time.
Timeout is called by Nederland.
Right there, Fox wraps him up.
He kind of twists his leg there a little bit.
Boy, that didn't look good at all.
We're down to 1:27 left in the first half. 7-7.
Good thing that leg wasn't planted when he twisted, because that would have been the end of Sage Say's season. His leg was up in the air, so I think he's probably all right.
Now, that's one of the big arguments against or in favor of an artificial turf is those legs on wet days like this, they don't get planted. They tend to slide more. You have more little injuries, but fewer big ones. Clear Lake, I tell you what, I'm impressed by the way their defense is playing tonight. They've definitely improved in the 2 weeks since the Port Neches Groves game.
Yeah, and when we watched them, Charlie, I thought they were going to eventually be a pretty good football team. I mean, they had so many players coming back from a 6-4 team. I think their big thing was that they were playing with a sophomore quarterback, and you know, it's going to take a little while.
That sophomore definitely hit Jordan Davis right between the numbers. Low snap, Sage Say picks it up, and he's scrambling, has a guy open in the end zone. Trey Richardson almost brings it down. That was another dangerous pass, well defended by Cody Langford.
Yeah, bad snap. Say really fortunate to get this ball away. I mean, he's fortunate he didn't get sacked. And then on the run, he makes a pretty good throw here. And you're right, it almost did get picked by number 32, Cody Langford. So that brings up 4th and about 6.
They have to get inside the 15-yard line to maintain possession. Nederland's offensive coaching trust sending in the signals. Barton at right halfback, Sage Say takes the snap, drops back. He's going to be taken down.
So another, looks like 50 came up with the football. Was that a fumble?
He may have had the ball knocked out of his hands as he was trying to throw. Let's take a look at the replay here. Good pressure there from the outside.
Yeah, it looked like his arm was coming forward. Let's see where they spot the ball. Number 50 was definitely on it, Raheem Joseph.
Falcons have a 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. They have all 3 of their timeouts left. 1st down and 10. You've got Will Smith. See there on the replay. Yes, it does look like it was a fumble. Inside handoff goes to Deshaun Francis as Will Smith carried through the fake, trying to make it look like a pass to Jordan Davis. Bulldog defensive line is not fooled. 1-yard gain.
So it doesn't look like we're going to see a 2-minute offense type drill here. At least first play doesn't indicate that. I think Clear Lake probably be happy to get out of this half set. Well, I take it back.
They're throwing single coverage on the right-hand side. Caught. Look at that. He says he got the feet in at the 44-yard line. Great catch over there by Colby Roberts. Let's watch this on the replay as Clear Lake runs up to the line of scrimmage. Caught it over his outside shoulder. Got 2 feet in, tiptoed on the sideline.
Okay, if you say so.
They're closer. They have better eyes.
If I've got a challenge flag, I'm throwing it.
1st down from the Nederland 44. Smith throws the hook pattern, intercepted by Austin Krauts.
Be 6 with Krauts'
One guy to beat.
Yeah, not going to get it done.
Could not get around the quarterback, but Will Smith may have made the tackle, but he also threw the interception to Krauts.
So Clear Lake not playing conservative, and it may well cost them. Here you got a sophomore quarterback. Look, he is dialed in where he's going to throw the ball. And I guarantee you Krauts was watching his eyes all the way. He telegraphed that. Krauts picked it off. Big run back. So a couple of major turnovers for Clear Lake here in this period.
I tell you, I got to give kudos to that sophomore quarterback. He didn't pout after he threw it. He went and made the tackle.
Well, he probably was wanting to get as far away from the coach as he could.
Okay, let's see what Nederland can do with 31 seconds left in the 1st half. Tied at 7, Bulldog Stadium. Bordelon comes into halfback to block. Say goes over, and there's a little hook pattern to, I believe that's number 3. Nope, number 9.
Got to hustle up. Is that going to get the clock stopped? No, it's not a 1st down. So now we're going to get a timeout from Nederland.
Nederland's holding on to 1 timeout. It's 2nd down and short.
I don't think they look at. He caught the ball on the other side of the line. If we see that replay, that's not a good spot.
Say throws it in the end zone. just off the fingers of Ashton January. Say was under a lot of pressure. January was breaking open as Say was trying to get it to him. You can watch hear the moan come around there, and there's January wide open.
Certainly open.
Third down and short, 12 seconds left. Nederland has one timeout. Play clock's at 12 seconds.
I don't know you have enough time to, let's say, run the ball just to pick up the first down, because then you'd be down around 6 or 7 seconds before you could call a timeout. I think they want to think in terms of 7 and probably try to throw it in the end zone.
Delay of game. Whoa. That's tough. Takes 5 yards off, and that pretty much forces Nederland's hand to go to the end zone.
Not a good penalty there. Well, they can go end zone, Charlie, or they can try to go halfway, 14-15, try to shorten the field goal distance. I think the one thing you really can't afford is for a scrambling running play, because that's going to take most of the clock, unless you can get out.
Say rolls to his right, and he's going to be sandwiched. There's a flag thrown in there as Sage Say is tackled at the 30-yard line for a 5-yard gain.
It's Raheem Joseph again, and made a bunch of plays. That's going to be another Nederland penalty.
Offensive holding is the call, and Clear Lake will take it to take the yards back.
Going to put them out of field goal range, and now we're down to Hail Mary time. So I think I'm going to have to get a count when this is over how many times Nederland has been inside the 25-yard line this half without scoring points. We know of it's either 4 or 5, I think. They've punted one time. Every other time they've had the ball, I think they've been inside the 25. Have not been able to finish off drives.
Losing that fumble, of course, down at the 1-yard line. Killer passing it over on downs, just the possession before. Nederland only has the 1 punt in the entire game. What can Larry Newman say to his guys? Come on, focus at the end, I guess. They call their final timeout. Does Nederland, as we're down to 5 seconds left. From the right hash mark, Sage Say being a right-hander, there's all sorts of things you can do from an offensive coach standpoint. Roll everybody to the right and throw back to the left. Sage has that type of arm. He could throw it 50 yards easily in the air to try and get it to the back far corner.
And maybe even wind up with Say as a receiver.
I think you just called it, because Brett Smith, number 12, is going in at quarterback. Yep. Smith substituted in the very first game that Nederland played. A loss to Crosby when Sage Say was injured.
Where is Say? Up at the top?
He's over there in the trips, and there he goes deep. Smith looking to just throw it up in the air and try and get it to Sage Say. He goes up. It's going to be intercepted in the end zone. Intercepted in the end zone by Clear Lake, and that's going to end the first half. They were trying to get it to Sage Say.
Well, Bob, a pretty eventful 7-7 game, Charlie. There's a lot of things happened.
There's almost a whole season's worth of highlights right there.
All kind of stuff.
The Port Arthur News Friday night experience on the Time Warner Cable Sports Channel. We're at 7. We'll be back with the second half in just a moment.
I discovered Lamar University.
I looked at all types of schools.
Big ones, small ones,
Ivy League and private.
Then I found Lamar. Bistro-style dining.
Private bedrooms.
Close to home.
15 NCAA Division I sports.
World-class professors.
Who actually know my name.
Undergraduate, master's,
and doctoral degrees.
Lamar University. Visit us online at beacardinal.com.
Cars are as unique as the people who purchase them. And when picking one, every detail counts, right down to the stitching on the seats. So why should picking a car loan be any different? Whether it's a low rate or a low payment you're looking for, at Do Good we customize loans to fit your needs. And we'll make sure your lending experience is everything you want it to be. Easy, convenient, and hassle-free. At Do Good, you'll love your car loan as much as you love your car.
Great hunt today, Dad.
Thanks, son.
For more than 15 years, I've helped clients nationwide make solid decisions about investing in gold so they can enjoy what's most important.
Discover the best options for you and your family by calling 866-UCB-GUIDE to receive our award-winning Gold Guide free. 866-UCB-GUIDE, 866-822-4843.
Now is the time to learn about gold, so you have time to enjoy what's most important.
I'm registered for college.
Me too, and for the same classes, and I'm saving $2,000 a semester at Lamar Port Arthur. Then I graduate and transfer if I want.
Really? You can do that?
You bet. What are you paying for your education?
Quality instruction, great savings, and courses transfer. It's the Texas Common Course Law. Don't wait any longer to begin your education while saving.
I chose Lamar State College Port Arthur.
When you think you may be having a stroke, remember to act fast. If you experience facial droop, if your arms are weak and your speech is off, then time is of the essence. A lack of blood flow to the brain can cause loss of functions that may never be recovered. Don't let it get that far. Call 911 immediately. A professional EMS will get you stabilized and make sure the hospital is waiting when you arrive. This tip is brought to you by the Medical Center of Southeast Texas, your certified primary stroke center.
I discovered Lamar University.
Close to home.
A place of my own.
With all the amenities.
Opportunities.
Engineering.
World-class science.
Professors who know my name.
That's what you get with a doctoral research university.
Hands-on research.
Or study abroad.
And it starts right here. Lamar University. Visit us online at beacardinal.com.
Hey, I heard y'all were making flipping loans?
That's right. 5 Points Awesome Loans have everybody flipping out.
I'm ready for my loan now. Watch this.
Wow! I haven't even told you we'll pay off 1% of your loan balance.
Get a new loan or flip an existing loan to 5 Point, and we'll pay off 1% of your new loan balance. 5 Point Credit Union. Money for loans right here at home.
Woohoo! I'm so flippin' happy. Watch this.
No, not necessary. Yeah.
Lamar State College, Port Arthur, or another university? Let's see. Lamar Port Arthur courses transfer anywhere in Texas, or the country for that matter. Coursework is the same as anywhere else, and great savings each semester. And it's close to my home and my job. So why am I still thinking about this? I choose Lamar State College, Port Arthur.
Lamar State College, Port Arthur. Change your future. Start here today.
You know, diversification is important and means more than owning different stocks. Hi, I'm Mike Fulgens, president of Universal Coin and Bullion. I've been helping clients nationwide for 15 years diversify with gold. And I want to send you a free copy of our award-winning gold guide to help you choose the best gold options for you.
Get the answers you need about gold. Call us today at 866-UCB-GUIDE. That's 866-822-4843.
Heart attacks affect men and women equally, and when they strike, denial can be a killer. If you're experiencing pressure, tightness, or an aching sensation in your chest or arms, then you may be having a heart attack. If so, time is of the essence. Do not attempt to drive yourself to the hospital. Call 911 for a professional EMS. They'll get you stabilized and make sure the hospital is waiting when you arrive. This tip is brought to you by the Medical Center of Southeast Texas, your accredited chest pain center.
Have you been thinking about diversifying with gold but don't know how? Hi, I'm Mike Fulgens, president of Universal Coin and Bullion. As an award-winning nationwide dealer, we help clients get the answers they need to discover the beauty, security, and strength of gold in their portfolio.
Call us today at 866-UCB-GUIDE to receive our award-winning Gold Guide free. That's 866-822-4843.
7-7 at Bulldog Stadium in Nederland, Texas for the Port Arthur News Friday night experience. Charlie Jellin along with Bob West, and it should be a different score on both sides. It's been a very interesting first half, Bob.
Yeah, 7-7 might seem like tame and boring and all those things out of 7-7, anything but. And, of course, Nederland's one really scratching their head. They had 6 trips into the red zone. They scored 1 touchdown. They missed 2 field goals. They lost the ball on a fumble. They turned it over on downs. And then the half ran out on them when they were in the red zone. So just one missed opportunity after another. Of course, Clear Lake had a guy about to score, and he drops the ball at the end of a long pass. Statistically, it favors Nederland a little bit. 259 yards for Nederland, 199 for Clear Lake. Nederland, the obvious edge in first downs, 12-5. Bulldogs 25 rushes for 117. Clear Lake 15 for 98. 142 passing. Nederland 101 for Clear Lake. Get into some of the individuals here after the kickoff.
Nederland had deferred in the first half, so they'll be getting the ball here in the second half. Kicking off Scott Marshall. He puts the foot into it. It's going to go down to Austin Krauts, bounce through the end zone, so the Bulldogs will bring it out. First down and 10.
And Sage Say, the big man offensively in the first half for Nederland, 15 rushes for 90 yards, 6 of 13 for 110. So he had 200 yards on his own there. Clear Lake, Nicholas McGee, 4 rushes for 60, but one of those 4 was for 57 yards. Deshaun Francis, 8 for 35. Jordan Davis, 1 reception for 55. Colby Roberts, 1 for 26. Will Smith, 5 of 10 passing for 101 yards.
Nederland comes out first down and 10 from their own 25-yard line. Sage Say at quarterback. Krauts and Barton both in there. Handoff goes to Krauts behind Barton's block. Gets about a yard or so before the Falcon defense knocks him backward.
And let me get some of these Nederland individuals in. Actually, Sage Say 17 for 86. Missed 2 there at the end of the half. Austin Krauts, 5 rushes for 16. Marcus Barton, 3 for 15. Krauts caught 2 passes for 78. Bordelon, 4 for 44.
From the shotgun. Say has a guy. It's a free play. Ball's up in the air. Incomplete. The pass was going toward number 9, Ashton January. He's been a very favorite receiver of Sage Say.
Did they throw the flag?
They threw the flag.
He's clearly in the neutral zone.
Yeah, they threw the flag, so it was a free play as far as the offense was concerned. That's the second time now that Clear Lake has been victimized by that the different count there by Nederland. They were able to get a first down on it earlier. After the penalty, it's at the 32-yard line, second down and a short 3 to go. Number 10, Sage Say, the quarterback. Number 3, Marcus Barton, lines up at left slot back. Krauts comes in motion, fakes the handoff, and Say keeps it, gets it to the secondary, gets the first down to the 34-yard line, 39-yard line.
So Sage Say closing in on a 100-yard rushing game here tonight for Nederland.
Design play there. You've got all sorts of linemen coming around to lead him forward.
Adds about 5 or 6 more yards to that 86 he had in the first half.
Interesting formation there. The backs are almost in an offset eye out of a shotgun. Say he tries to throw it, caught there. Great catch by Trey Richardson. Looked like the ball was actually tipped by one of the Falcons.
That's what I was going to say. If we see that again, I really feel like it was tipped. And a nice concentration there to catch the football. And it was tipped. You can tell the ball changes trajectory.
Nathan Fox, I believe, number 45, the right linebacker for Clear Lake Falcons, put his hand on it. Richardson's able to look it in. Second down and short, still in their own territory at the 47. And off to Krauts. He hits the crease. First down at the Clear Lake 44-yard line. Tackler Connor Murphy had his helmet knocked off. He's got to run to the sideline.
Nice job up front on the left side by Nederland. Really knocked people back, gave Krauts room. He turned it up.
Krauts does not need much room. Very, very fast individual. He's shown that in his long catch and run for a touchdown in the first quarter. Again, they fake the jet sweep, and Say keeps it himself, crossing the 40. Second down.
And nice job there by Fernando Correa. He did not bite for the fake. He honed in on Sage Say, cut him down after about 4 yards.
Barton moves over to the right side. 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Say by himself in the backfield for Nederland. Krauts comes in. Again, they fake the jet sweep, and that would just kind of float it up to Trey Richardson, and a nice hit put on him by the defender.
Yeah, Richardson wished the ball had gotten there a little quicker. Well, that's tough when you just kind of hung out to dry. He's waiting for the ball to get there. The defender is charging at him. Ouch.
Good tight coverage there by the Falcons. Brings up third down and a long 6 to go. 3 receivers to the right side of the field, the wide side for the Bulldogs. Barton's over there as well at a slot back position. Say rolls that direction. It's a keeper the whole way. He cuts it up and is tackled after a short gain. It looked like there was a lot more ground on the outside, and he cut it back in.
Yeah, you saw what I saw, Charlie. I believe with his speed, if he veers outside, he's going to get a first down. They're probably going to go because they're down around the 31-yard line. Fourth and a long 2, short 3, however you want to call it.
So here's another 4th down for Nederland in that offset, almost an offset I formation. Let's see what Say's going to do. He's going to follow the blocks, dives forward.
He got it. I believe he got it. Depends on the spot, but I think he's there.
Side judges are coming in to mark it. Bring the ball over to the one who had the best viewpoint. Referee looks on the side, and we're going to have to measure.
Yeah, so it's going to be a little closer than I thought. I was surprised they walked to this hash mark with it.
And I've often wondered that. I asked one of the side judges a year or so ago, you know, how is that determined? He said it's whoever has the best view of the ball when it's down.
Well, you got it.
First down by the length of the ball.
A little more than the length of the ball, so Sage Say continues to pound away.
First down and 10. The Nederland 5 offensive linemen opening some holes here for Sage Say and Krauts and Barton.
Say is up to, I believe that maybe was his 20th carry, 20, 21 already. At the rate it's going, he could be up around 35 carry. That's almost unheard of for a quarter.
Hand off to Krauts. He has to dodge people in the backfield. Finally tackled at the 31-yard line. So he just followed the pile forward. Watch, he's almost tripped here in the backfield. One of the D linemen coming right through there, or rather an offensive guy pushed backward. Good running backs learn to pick their legs up when they're running there because it's so easy to get tripped if you just glide along. 2-yard gain, 2nd down and 8 for Nederland. Clock is running at 7:51 left in the 3rd quarter. Again, they fake the jet sweep. Pass from Say taken by Barton. He's going to be taken down short of a first down.
Well, the good thing about this drive for Nederland, they're making first downs. They're chewing the clock up, keeping the ball away from Clear Lake, giving their defense a chance to rest up. And in a game like this, 7-7, you want to come out and establish the momentum, get the upper hand on your side in a tie game. And Nederland, in a sense, has done that, but they've got to finish something. They can't have this be another drive that Boggs down in the red zone. Well, he didn't even get to the.
Krauts did not get to the 25-yard line. He lost a yard on that play as the surge from the defense.
So they're looking at having to convert on 4th down again.
4th down and 2 now. Nederland sends 3 receivers wide to the left side, 1 to the right. Single coverage over there, I tell you. January is going to be open. Say tries to draw the defense offside. Clear Lake is bitten twice on that and given 10 yards in penalties. Didn't fall for it this time. And Krauts moved that time, so that's going to take them back 5 yards, and it might put them in a quick kick situation again.
I think they're too far down the field. I mean, well, let's see what they'll be on the what? They're inside the 30 still. No, I wouldn't. Well, I don't know. Maybe they're right on the 30.
It's hard, you know, if you just pooch the quick kick and don't try and make it run forward too much, you know, just kind of knuckleball it down there, try and kill it inside the 10.
4th and 8. I go 4th and 7. I got to think they're going to try to pick this up.
Again, I'm looking at January on the top side there, number 9. He's got single coverage. The safety is watching Krauts on the slot.
And I'm looking at Say just having one guy. Well, he comes the other way.
Throws it. Caught. Great catch over there. Austin Krauts gets the first down for Nederland on 4th and 7.
Krauts probably felt like he owed him one after that penalty, and he made. This is a nice throw running left for Sage Say. That's a tough throw if you get to throw across your body like that. So another red zone penetration for the Bulldogs, number 7 in this game. We don't know of any state records, but they've got to be closing in on it.
Good sideline shot there by the Sheffield Productions crew. First down at the 12-yard line. Say hands off to Barton. Marcus Barton drops the ball. I think he turns around, picks it back up. A fortuitous bounce for Nederland.
Well, Larry Newman's heart jumped up in his throat there. He's watched his team just go into this red zone time after time and then not get it done. You're in a tie game. It's important now to get points on the board and preferably 7.
Barton gets to the 10-yard line. It's 2nd down now.
By way of time, this drive is about to have rolled up 7 minutes of ball control.
There's the jet sweep to Austin Krauts, cuts back, dives forward, gets to about the 6-yard line. It'll be 3rd down for Nederland. They've been showing this look all the time, and there goes Krauts. Bounced outside by the defensive end, made him string it out. Good play there by the D.
Good play. So you wonder now if this is 4-down territory. They've missed 2 field goals. If they come up short, would they go for another field goal? Would they try to make the first down?
The 3 receivers on the left-hand side have got the defense well spread. Makes me think they're going to try and find a crease here. Say, flag on the play as Jace Bordelon was held. Just a quick little slant route to Jace Bordelon.
So it's going to be 1st and goal for Nederland.
Defensive holding.
That'll be half the distance. Very impressive drive for Nederland.
Nederland, 2nd time down here, though. Last time they had a fumble on a pitch.
Right. We saw them have 1st and goal on the 1 and not get it in. Clock is down to 4:30, so that means the Bulldogs have had the ball for 7.5 minutes to start the 2nd half.
Say checking the sideline. Krauts gets the ball. Dives forward, touchdown. Austin Krauts from 1 yard out, his 2nd touchdown of the game.
Look at it again. He slices in behind the right tackle and right guard. Big block there by number 79, really the clearing block from Corbin Smith. Bulldogs have taken the lead. 13-7, 4:26. Well, that drive took 7:34. That's about as long a drive as you're going to see possession-wise in high school football.
Brenza's point after goes sideways.
No good.
No good.
Wow.
That's a major one.
Yeah, that's going to be an issue for them going forward.
Brenza missed a point after also last week against Dayton in the 22-41 loss. 13-7. We'd like to acknowledge the sponsors of the Port Arthur News Friday Night Experience, those who bring this show to you every week, or almost every week of this season. We've got a 10-game season coming up. Sponsors: Lamar State College of Port Arthur, the Medical Center of Southeast Texas, Motiva Enterprises, 5 Point Credit Union, Market Basket, Lamar University in Beaumont, Mike Fulgence at Universal Coin and Bullion, Robert Giblin, DuPont Goodrich Federal Credit Union, the Museum of the Gulf Coast, Ritter Lumber, Pizza Inn and Donnie Broussard, Bubba's Air Conditioning, Kishnik Industries, Holy Cross Lutheran Church, and the IBEW Local 479. We appreciate all of the sponsors. Ready to kick off now for Nederland number 20, James Brenza. Brenza angles it over to the left-hand side, taken at the 20-yard line by number 20, Andre Gaskin, and he just may break it.
Look out.
Gaskin knocked out of bounds by Brenza at the 25-yard line of Nederland. A great return by the Clear Lake Falcons.
So after all that Nederland work in one kickoff return, Clear Lake back down here knocking on the door. Let's look at it again. Ball was caught around the 20. It was right on the 20. Nice move. Outruns a guy.
Steps out of bounds. That's a 55-yard kickoff return by Andre Gaskin. That puts the Falcons in great position. Handoff goes to Nicholas McGee, and he's running, got the first down, diving forward inside the 10 to the 6-yard line.
So I think one thing we can say from the Nederland side, the kicking game tonight's been a disaster. 2 missed field goals, a missed extra point, and now a 55-yard kickoff return. And Clear Lake quickly back knocking on the door with a chance to take a 14-13 lead.
Power play gets it down to the 1-yard line.
And on that last Nederland drive, I wanted to wrap up exactly what they did. 15 plays, 75 yards, 7:34 of clock time. They made 5 first downs, and it could be wiped out in less than a minute.
Smith hands off again. Nicholas McGee
Touchdown.
powers forward for the touchdown from 2 yards out.
Tell you what, you can spell that demoralizing with a capital D for Nederland. Big kickoff return, momentum changer. He slices in, so Clear Lake an extra point away from taking the lead for the first time tonight.
From the hold of Colin Davis. Scott Marshall's attempt, good snap. Good kick, Clear Lake 14, Nederland 13. That didn't take long at all.
A little less than a minute, I believe it was 56 seconds. Maybe 52 seconds.
Set up by a good long kickoff return by Andre Gaskin.
That has really got to be demoralizing, Charles. You spend 7 minutes and 34 seconds pounding the ball down the field. You convert 2 fourth downs. You do everything right in an offensive possession. Score, miss the extra point, give up a 55-yard kickoff return. Less than a minute, all that hard work is down the drain, and you're behind. And when you're trying to get that first win, this is your last non-district game. They got an open date next week to get ready for the district opener against Vider. Pretty big game psychologically for Nederland.
Clear Lake, this is also their last non-district game, and they will also be off next week. They start district play against Dickinson on the 26th. Marshall's kickoff, a good deep one. Austin Krause watches it go into the end zone. He'll cover it there. Bulldogs will have a 1st and 10 again at their own 25-yard line, which is where they started the second half.
Well, it's possible if Nederland puts together another ball control type drive, they could eat up the rest of this quarter. So it's possible Nederland could have the ball for over 11 minutes in this quarter and get outscored 7-6.
Nederland doing a good job there of converting on 4th down. Long pass to Austin Krause that kept the drive going. But again, that big play that has been the heartbreaker for Nederland this entire year on defense. This one coming on the not only the kickoff return, but that initial first long run by Nicholas McGee when they had a 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
This is the play they scored on, and that didn't complete it, but that is the pass to Krause that they scored on in the first half.
You could see the Falcons pursued very well on defense. They're sliding just as soon as they see what's going on. Just off of Krause's fingers. 2nd down and 10 now. 2 receivers to the left side for Nederland, 1 to the right. Say Barton and Krause in the backfield. Hands off to Krause. Dives across the 30-yard line, 5-yard gain. It'll bring up 3rd down and 5.
This is really for Nederland a big 3rd down play. They really need to keep this football.
Substituting in Colton Broussard. He goes to the right-hand side with Ashton January. Again, Say trying to draw the Falcons offside. They don't bite. So Nederland changes the play. Say drops back. He double pumped that when he had Krause open on the hook, tried to hit Trey Richardson, and it's out of his grasp. Nederland will have to punt.
So 3 and out for the Bulldogs. After that great opening drive, they are not able to get anything accomplished on this one. A little high. Nederland will punt for only the 2nd time tonight.
Colton Broussard set to kick. Clear Lake a single receiver back at this 40-yard line. Broussard's kick going end over end, taken at the 37-yard line. Tackled up at the 39.
Better coverage that time with Ashton January making the tackle. So Clear Lake, for the first time tonight, will snap the ball on the long end of the scoreboard.
Their offense comes hustling straight into formation. Will Smith, the sophomore quarterback. Next to him, number 25, Deshaun Francis, the senior running back. Francis gets the ball, cuts it up the middle, dives close to a 1st down, just following the surge.
Yep, they're starting to find some holes in the Nederland run defense now, and the run defense has been a big problem for Nederland all year. It was much better in the first half of this game, but not so much right now.
1st down for Clear Lake. 3 receivers to the left-hand side. Francis remains at pistol back behind Smith. Francis gets the ball. They try a trap play, and Francis breaks containment. He's got another 1st down, stepping out of bounds at the 38.
Linebacker lost contain there. Another 1st down.
You can see the trap play coming here as they're trapping number 71 for Nederland, but
right there. Well, you get outside. That's 1st down yardage. Nederland in the first 2 games of the year giving up 572 yards rushing. That's 285 yards a game.
Counter play to Deshaun Francis. He's able to get away from one Nederland defender, Jacob Jones, in the backfield, but the next 3 catch him and drive him sideways. No gain.
get a little bit of a cheer of some sort right here.
Sheffield Productions with their 2 sideline cameras, they can not only get the action on the field, but they always find the pretty cheerleaders. 2nd down and 10. Here's a quick screen pass over to number 42, Chandler Murphy, and that's exactly how a defense should play that ball.
Quick reaction on the part of Peyton DeVries, and that will leave Clear Lake looking at 3rd and 12. Beat the block, got his hands on the ball carrier, and hurled him down.
Jump ball. Brought down by the big man at the 11-yard line.
Cannot cover that guy. One player cannot cover that guy.
Trey Richardson was with him, but
Jordan Davis just too much. Richardson in good position. Davis just kind of pushes him back and takes the ball. That's a big guy there.
1st down and 10 from the 11-yard line. They go back to the power play. This time Deshaun Francis goes in, gets the touchdown. Clear Lake adds to their lead from 11 yards out.
So this is a danger point now for Nederland. Big 3rd down conversion on the play before by Clear Lake, and then just boom, right up the middle for Francis. Clear Lake's found something in there and continues to pound away and get good yardage.
Point after is good, makes it 21-13.
So a quarter that started so promising for Nederland has really gone the other way in the last 3 minutes. Bulldogs now on the short end of a 21-13 score.
The IBEW Local 479 brings this trivia question for you.
Who came up with this question?
Well, we keep going to Clear Lake because you know Nederland so well. So do any of those 4 ring a bell? And I'll give you a hint. The one who has the all-time sack record is currently playing in the National Football League. Clear Lake alumni went to go play at the United States Military Academy, and he entered into the NFL draft as the all-time sack leader at Army.
Well, I got to see the names again.
We'll bring them up here in just a moment. But fans, for those of you who follow us week to week, Mr. West has been blowing the doors off of our trivia questions for about the last 3 years. I could think of only one where we played dirty and stumped you. So, I mean, we're reaching deep into the bag tonight.
This is a blindside sack here. I mean, I never saw the guy coming.
It's either this or the cricket question. I was going to ask that one. Kickoff taken at the goal line. Tackled at the 15-yard line. A great play there by Clear Lake defense. Coverage down there quickly. So 1st down and 10 for Nederland at their own 15. Let's see those.
Okay, Visay, Belichick, Steve McKinney. Gosh, none of those names really ring a bell. McKinney was played for the Oilers as an offensive lineman. It's got to be a different guy. I don't know. Jeff Novak.
Okay, Novak's the guess. Let's show him the correct answer here. And it was McNary. You were one of the mix right there. Right. But he's went to the. After he served his time, he was drafted by the National Football League and had a fantastic defensive career at Army. So we'll call that a push right there, Mr. West.
No, you got me. I got to take the hit. You got me. It was a good one.
Marcus Barton, 4-yard carry.
Glad we don't have Clear Lake on any more telecasts this year.
True, yeah. We'll get back to the familiar territory here. Marcus Barton follows the bubble forward, gets 4 yards. 2nd down and a long 6 to go for Nederland. Down 21-13. Clock's running down here to end the 3rd quarter. Sage Say rolls to his right. Great pass there. Good touch pass to Jace Bordelon. Number 13 pulls it down at the 30 for a 1st down.
And if Nederland doesn't come back and win this game, it's going to be that textbook example of squandering one opportunity after another to really take control of a game letting the other team hang around, and then get the upper hand on them. Just textbook.
Tied at 7 at halftime, now 21-13 as the third quarter ends. Say rolls to his left. Ball is dropped by Trey Richardson. A hard hit put on him there by Andre Gaskin, who made the long kickoff return after Nederland's initial touchdown in the third quarter. Richardson looked like he had that ball when Gaskin put him on the ground.
Pretty good shot from Gaskin. He's been active all night. Gonna get another look at it. There he comes. Drilled the receiver right in the shoulders. Probably be the last. Well, maybe not. 10 seconds left if it's any kind of play that stays in bounds.
Set up the screen pass. And, oh, they were all over it. Mr. Nathan Fox was just waiting for Marcus Barton to come to him.
Yeah, and Ethan Bailey also coming from behind on the play, sniffed it out. So that's going to do it for the third quarter.
21-13. It's going to be 3rd down and 10 for Nederland. We'd like to acknowledge the sponsors of the Nederland ISD scoreboard. Natchez Federal Credit Union, 5 Point Credit Union, JK Chevrolet, Gulf Credit Union, William Dornbos, the Classic of Southeast Texas, Christus Hospitals, and DuPont Goodrich Credit Union. And also a special shout out to Philpott Motors. They give away a car every year as a perfect attendance incentive at Nederland High School. Philpott Motors and Nederland ISD are partners in education. From Nederland's standpoint, they've played toe-to-toe here with this 6A school out of Houston. Now, there are a lot of positives to take away from this, but like you say, Bob, a lot of missed opportunities in the kicking game. From my coaching standpoint, the kicking game just jumps out. Special teams right now would be a real worry.
No question. When you miss 2 field goals, an extra point, and then you have the lead and give up a 55-yard kickoff return, that's a lot of negativity in the kicking game.
Here's that Philpott Motors car there. I wouldn't mind taking that one home, but I'm not eligible, unfortunately.
You've used up all your eligibility.
Used it all up, yes.
Many years ago.
Sage Say drops back. High pass there just off the hands of Jace Borderline. He takes a shot in the chest as the ball goes past just a little bit high. It would have been good for a first down.
So Nederland going to have to punt it away. Down by 8. And they cannot afford to give up any more points, I don't think. Their offense not that productive. They move the ball, but they don't score a lot of points. And for Nederland to win this game, I think they've got to keep Clear Lake at 21.
Cody Langford, the sole receiver, dropping back for Clear Lake. Colton Broussard ready to kick. They're coming after it. Just miss him. Great kick by Broussard. Hits at the 43 and takes a Nederland bounce down to the 32-yard line. Clear Lake really came after that ball.
Sure did.
Broussard stood in and took it.
Yeah, I thought the guy might be going to get it. And that would have been, we were talking about all the special team kind of breakdowns. That would have been a disastrous one. Didn't happen. Still a lot of time, 11:46. Fourth quarter just underway. Nederland down 8 points, 21-13.
They need the defensive stop, though, now. Bulldogs even 3 points would make it a 2-score game. Will Smith in the shotgun, running backs to either side. Here's that cross action. Nicholas McGee with the ball, takes it to the 35. 3-yard gain, second down.
A little better there up front for Nederland. They've been getting gouged.
And they're really just base blocking there. They're just using the crossing motion in the backfield to try and freeze the linebackers, hopefully get one of the running backs isolated on him.
Hunter Ellis and Patrick Cheney stopping that one. Here they come again.
McGee again follows his blockers. Just a power runner gets the first down to the 48.
I tell you, I think one of the basic things in football that never changes, even with the flashy offenses and all the things that are going on in football right now, if you can run the ball and if you can't stop the run, you're going to have trouble winning games. And Nederland has had tremendous trouble stopping the run this season.
McGee running with his strong legs there off that trap play. Counter play this time held him to a 1-yard gain. Again, they're pulling 2 linemen there from left to right, and watch that. Watch both of them come around, and then McGee reverses to go meet him out there, but the linebacker came up to seal the hole. Deshaun Francis now at tailback, 3 receivers to the left-hand side for Will Smith, the quarterback. Falcons going to try and grind one out here. And
might be offsides.
Unimpeded to the quarterback. Leon Mayfield trying to time it there.
Yep, Leon trying to anticipate the snap count. Got there I'm not going to say a little early. I'm going to say a lot early.
5-yard penalty. You can watch here. He was trying to time it.
Leon, you're in no man's land.
2nd down and 3 for the Falcons. Same formation. Hand off to number 25, Francis. They string it out. He's going to be tackled for no gain.
Peyton DeVries, one of the first guys there coming up from the secondary. Reading the play, flying up. Let's see number 24 come flashing in from the bottom of your screen here.
Falcons really haven't gained that much yardage hitting the corners. It's pretty much been between the tackles using traps and fold blocks and things like that. Let's see if they go back to running in between the tackles here. Nope. Going to throw the ball to the big guy. He's got that first down and more.
Boy.
Jordan Davis.
What a load that guy is.
Still not down. Tackled at the 27-yard line. Moved the chains for Clear Lake. Good play action fake there. They even pulled the lineman there.
How do you stop that?
That's hard. Peyton DeVries holding on again. Number 24 sliding in and at least grabbing one of the legs. Francis with the ball. That one's just a slow developing play. There are numerous Bulldogs in on the stop.
Tran has had a big night tonight for Nederland. He's in on another play. Nathan Tran, number 71, coming from the bottom of the screen right there, wraps him up. Got help from somebody underneath I can't see. But now it's Clear Lake that's eating clock.
Nicholas McGee back in at left halfback for Clear Lake. He gets the handoff, just working straight up the middle. Crosses the 25-yard line. It's getting a little feisty down there with some of the linemen.
Yep. Leon Mayfield in on the stop. So big 3rd down coming now for both teams. Don't know what kind of leg Clear Lake's kicker has, but a field goal would just about put this thing out of reach.
3rd down and 7. Clock's running, 7:45 left in the game. Ball's on the ground, may be recovered by Nederland.
Did.
Picked up as they messed up the handoff.
Connor Hughes gets the ball for Nederland, and maybe the break Nederland needed. Let's see here. You're going to just never made the connection on the handoff. Hughes beats the quarterback to the football, and a big break for Nederland. I believe that's turnover number 3 for Clear Lake.
And that, you talk about the mesh point there, and it's like the running back was running farther away from the quarterback. They messed it up, and that's just something you try and take care of during two-a-days or during all the drills you do before you come in here. Can the Bulldogs take advantage of it, though?
Got to take it down, score, and get a two-point conversion.
Pass goes to Trey Richardson, number 18, taken out of bounds at the 35-yard line. That's a 7-yard gain on first down.
Good first down start for Nederland.
Getting it to him out there in space.
Good replay action from Sheffield Productions.
Yeah, it's fun when the camera guy has to duck. 3 receivers to the right. And I don't know how he got through there, but he got the first down crossing the 41. It looked like the parting of the Red Sea, the reverse part, you know, where it's coming back in. Watch how quickly this closes in. You know, it looks like the Falcons are going to stop him right there, and he just finds a little crease.
And that's got to put Sage Say up over 100 yards for the night.
Marcus Barton at left halfback, 3 receivers to the left-hand side. They run that same play to the other side. This time Bordelon gets the ball, tackled after a 4-yard gain.
Official says he stayed in bounds, run the clock, and it's inside 7 minutes now.
Right at the 45-yard line. 2 receivers to either side. Trey Richardson and Jace Bordelon are very wide toward the bottom of the screen. Marcus Barton set up at halfback on that side. Shea fakes it to him, pulls it back, trying to throw. He loses the ball. Flag on the play, and that may be a face mask.
It could be. It could be. And then Sage Say even indicating face mask. If so, another nice break for Nederland. That's what it is.
Face mask is called, and I tell you, that's very fortunate for Nederland. Is
very fortunate.
That was a tough play. Really wasn't anything downfield.
No.
Say had nothing. He's got Nathan Fox right there on him, and there's the face mask. Ends up with the ball.
He still had the presence of mind to go get the football. That's pretty good stuff there from Sage Say.
You could see the face mask there, and it was accidental. You know, Fox was trying to get a hold of him as a good linebacker would. Now the referee's figuring out where the penalty will be marked from. And I believe it is from the previous spot, and that'll give Nederland good field position for at the Clear Lake 40-yard line.
40 yards away from the potential tying points. Say potential because they would have to get a 2-point conversion.
Do we need to start brushing up on our overtime rules?
Well, maybe. We haven't had an overtime game in a good while, have we? I can't remember doing an overtime. Did we do one last year?
I think we did one. The referees are going to have a moment to talk, make sure that the ball was set properly. In week 1 here in Southeast, not week 1, but week 2 last week, there was a great overtime game between Port Neches Groves and West Orange Stark over at West Orange Stark's stadium, where Mustangs were able to come back and defeat the Indians. Fakes the handoff, and there's a huge hole there. He dives forward just short of the first down, gains 9 to the 31.
What, I don't think Sage Say will be disappointed that Nederland has an open date next week to let his body recuperate.
2nd down and 1 for the Bulldogs.
Crouch stays in the game. Bordelon in January to the left. Colton Broussard to the right. Handoff to Crouch. Ball's loose, picked up by the Falcons. Oh, my. Recovered by Carter Mize, junior defensive lineman for Clear Lake.
So 2nd one, you think you've got everything going your way. And did he ever get the ball? Well, yeah, I think he must have had the ball. Got knocked loose. Crucial turnover for the Bulldogs. Just One more mistake for them tonight.
Clock is definitely not their ally now. 5:52 left in the game. They need a stop here. Another lengthy drive would not give them much time. Hand off to Francis. And he breaks into the secondary, gets the first down at midfield. A great 12-yard run from the senior running back.
Looked like they had him at about 3 yards. He kept those legs pumping. Let's watch how he breaks it out of here. Now right there, he just looks like him. Then there he comes out the other side.
Will Smith with the full house backfield. It's in a shotgun, but he's got all three of his running backs around him. Matt Nance goes in motion, and they hand it off to Francis again, and a huge hole up the middle for a 9-yard gain. That 6A offensive line is really taking a charge here in the fourth quarter as they pop everything forward. Second down and a long one to go, and you can just see them blowing the whole defensive line to the side.
Just gouging Nederland's front wall right now.
Francis having to go to the sideline. I believe something came loose on his equipment, so they bring in a new running back. Will Smith hands it off to Nicholas McGee, who's just as capable as the previous running back. He gets the first down to the 38-yard line. Clock stops at 4:45 left in the game. Clear Lake driving forward.
Well, I'm anxious to see, Charlie, how many rushing yards Clear Lake has now. They had 98 in the first half, and I would think they've gotten more than that this half.
Hand off to McGee. He's hit in the backfield. A great play there by Leon Mayfield coming in. The senior linebacker doing everything he can to help give the Bulldogs life here in the fourth quarter, but that clock is really starting to hurt them down at 4:08 and counting.
Okay.
Second down, 10 to go.
Third, does it say it's
second down?
Okay. So Nederland got to get a stop right here.
Here's the motion. Power play there to McGee. Nederland very happy to knock him out of bounds. That'll stop the clock. It's one of those cases where in the NFL they tell you to fall down in bounds. But McGee takes it out of bounds on the sweep, so it's going to be third down and a long 8 to go. Clock stopped at 3:45.
So just you gotta shut them off right here if you're Nederland. Good pursuit, get the ball carrier out of bounds. 3rd and 8.
Both teams have 3 timeouts left. Here's the wraparound, and he's going to be tackled hit in the backfield. But tackled after a 1-yard gain. It's going to be 4th down and 7 to go.
Well, Patrick Cheney makes a great, 65. I thought it was 55. 65. Hunter Ellis again. Well, Hunter Ellis has been active tonight. Gets through, gets penetration, and puts them in a. You got to think they're going to punt. I'm a little surprised now. Ball on the 35. You would think they would want to make the field as long as possible.
They're probably just going to bleed it down here and then call their
probably
timeout.
So. That's what they're going to do.
21-13, Clear Lake over Nederland. It's been a great game to watch, a game of, shall we say, surprises, a lot of frustration for the Bulldogs not putting points up on the board early. And Clear Lake takes the delay of game. That'll just knock them back to the 40-yard line and make the punt that much easier.
Right, that tells you they're definitely going to punt. Clear Lake now has rushed for 197 yards after having virtually nothing the first 11 minutes of the game. I mean, Nederland just totally dominated until the very latter part of the first quarter.
Well, next week, the Port Arthur News Friday Night Experience is going to take a week off. However, Time Warner Cable Sports Channel will continue to have the best of high school sports on this cable channel next week, so you can watch it there. We will be back on September 26th game between Channelview Falcons and the Port Arthur Memorial Titans.
21-6A opener for both teams.
Clear Lake now in that spread punt formation that they used against Port Neches Groves. It's very different from things you see in the 5A districts around here.
Official wants some more time put on the clock. I think he said 3 minutes. Wanted the scorekeeper to add 4 seconds there.
So it is reset at 3 minutes. And we'll reset our clock as well. 4th down and 12 yards to go after that penalty. So we'll see what type of punt Scott Marshall can get here for Clear Lake. Austin Kraut's back. The ball's off the toe of his foot. Taken by Krauts, and if he called a fair catch, he just got hit. But I guess they're saying it's incidental contact.
Sure caught that ball in a lot of traffic. All right, the Bulldogs 71 yards away from a touchdown that would get them within 2 points.
This is the 20th anniversary, 20th year of the Port Arthur News Friday Night Experience. We're watching some more great football. There's nothing quite as tight as this one right now, though. Nederland Bulldogs 8 points down, trying to get their first victory of the season.
And Nederland has mostly been its own worst enemy tonight with turnovers, penalties, kicking game breakdowns.
Bulldogs still have 3 timeouts. Sage Say, it's borderline on the out pattern. Gets out to the 25-yard line. That's a good, quick 7 yards. Brings up 2nd down. Nederland hustles back to the line of scrimmage. Barton stays in at halfback. You can see perfect pass there right over the defender. Hand off to Barton. He goes up the middle. Gets the 1st down to about the 32-yard line. They give him forward progress. I think they put him back at the 30. They took 2 yards away from him there, Bob. 1st down and 10. Say rolls out. He's in trouble.
Look out. What an escape.
Gets away from 2, 3, 4, 5. Finally tackled for a 5-yard loss. Sage Say running for his life in the backfield. And Nederland's going to call a timeout here and call their offense over to the sideline. He gets away from the first Falcon right there. There are 3 chasing him there. He stumbles, gets away from that one. Gets away from that one, and then the next 2 catch up to him. Led by number 45, dare I say it, Nathan Fox, the senior linebacker.
Nathan Fox, we'll have to kind of keep an eye on Northwestern next year and see what that guy does up there. He's a good football player.
2nd down and a long way to go for Nederland. They need to get it past their 40-yard line. Time is the element, though. 2 minutes, 30 seconds left in the game. Port Arthur News Friday Night Experience here at Bulldog Stadium, Nederland, Texas. I'm Charlie Jellin alongside Bob West of the Port Arthur News. Now, how many years have you been at the Port Arthur News, Bob? Do we dare count?
I don't even have enough fingers and toes, Charlie. I'm going to need some of yours. Try 43.
Wow, 43 years. Sage Say rolls to his right. Did he catch it? The referee's looking right at it. And the side judge is waving it off. Side judge said it hit the ground. The back judge was right there in front of him. You can see her on the replay. Sage throws it in just a little bit low. And, yes, it does bounce in there. You can see the bounce. 3rd down now.
3rd and 15. It's tough down and distance.
Max protection in for Sage Say. He's got both running backs in there. He throws crossing pattern. Almost caught by Jace Bordelon, then almost intercepted by Clear Lake.
So
Colin Davis.
What do you do now, Charlie? 4th and 15, 2:17 left.
Ball just kind of fluttered out of his hands as Borderline was open. And I like that that pattern right there. That post has been open several times to Borderline. You've also got January, who has good hands as well.
So I believe it's 4th down, 4th and 15, and no choice for Nederland really. They got to roll the dice here. It's all or nothing for the Bulldogs.
Sage Say looks down the pattern. Caught. George Bordelon, first down. Nederland at the 44-yard line. There's life in the Bulldogs.
What a clutch play for the Bulldogs.
I thought that ball was going to get tipped away at the last moment. You can see Sage Say looks downfield just before he gets hit. There's just over the fingertips.
I mean, he missed it by fingertips.
Of Drew Philhauer, senior defensive back. He had good coverage. Now the referees are saying to stop the clock. So they're checking on, I think the clock's supposed to stop when they move the down boxes, and that may be what the referees are checking on. Want to make sure they have the right amount of time up there. Fantastic play there. Pass from Sage Say to Bordelon. Just over the fingertips of the D-back.
I think he's saying maybe 2:15 on the clock. That's what it sounded like.
And that's what they've got going. There's Nederland trying to pull out, see if they can tie it up here in the last 2 minutes. 2:15 is indeed put on the clock now. First down and 10 at their own 44-yard line. Converting on that 4th down pass. Here's the little swing pass to Austin Krauts, and this time the Falcons knock him out of bounds after a 4-yard gain.
Got the clock stopped, though.
That's the play that they scored in the first quarter on. Say to Krauts, a little catch and run that went about 66 yards for Nederland to take an early lead. Spent 5 seconds to gain 4 yards. If Nederland scores the touchdown, they'll still need the 2-point conversion. Sage Say looks down. There's a little pass, through the hands of Colton Broussard. Looked like they were trying to almost looked like the hook and ladder.
Hook and ladder, yeah.
And that would have worked as Bordelon would have been open for the flip back.
Well, let's see. Let's see if that's what it was. Well, I don't know. He would have had a defender.
True.
It would have been tough to pull it off if that indeed was what they were trying to do. So 3rd and 6. Got to make a play.
Fresh defensive lineman coming in for the Falcons. 3rd down. Sage Say drops back. It is a screen pass over the hands of Marcus Barton, and it brings up another 4th down for Nederland.
And don't know that if he'd have caught it, it would have made much difference. Nathan Fox lurking, waiting to come up and make a play. Might be better off with it incomplete, getting the clock stopped. So another 4th down. They're down to their last shot again.
3 receivers to the right-hand side. Say getting the call from the sideline. Marcus Barton in at right halfback. Say rolls over to his right, throws it to Bordelon. Knocked loose. Ball goes over to Clear Lake.
And that may do what does Nederland have in the way of time? They have 2, I believe.
2 timeouts left.
So they might be able to get it back, but won't be much time left on the clock. Looked like he had it in there, but give credit to number 32, Cody Langford for Clear Lake. And Nederland 157 away from, and I believe I read in Gabe Pruitt's story today that the Bulldogs haven't been 0-3. I think it was 1991.
I believe that's right.
Yeah.
Going to the running game now. Clear Lake hands off to Deshaun Francis. The defensive line stuffs him quickly, and Coach Larry Newman, in his 22nd year at Nederland, calls a quick timeout. Clock stops there at 1:52, and you can see Will Smith carries through on the fake. tends to throw it, but the Bulldogs know better. They know what the Falcons are trying to do.
Well, this is one that Nederland can look back and just cite so many examples of where they just let a game get away from them by not being able to finish off scoring opportunities just time after time in the first half.
Even here in the second half, when they were driving down, had a chance to take the lead, had a fumble there after a face mask penalty had given him good life there in Clear Lake Falcon territory. Fumbled by the running back, recovered by Clear Lake, and although Nederland held him to a punt, like you say, how many times can you be in the red zone and not score? Second down and 10. Smith hands off to Francis again, and he stood up by the defense after a 1-yard gain. Newman calls his last timeout for Nederland.
So that's looks like got a 1:45 on the clock. They will get the ball back, assuming they stop the third down play. Nederland should have about a minute, little less than a minute with the ball and probably 80 to 90 yards of field. Pretty much a long shot chance for Nederland here.
But as Texas football would probably tell you, if Sage Say is on your team, there's always that chance. So you say, I got a chance.
There you go. Say you got a chance.
You say, oh, that's right.
It kind of makes you a sage, Charlie.
Oh, that I'm lost. Where's the call button? I got to laugh on that one. You outpunned me, Mr. West. You outpunned me. I hope Gary's writing these down back there. These are jewels, Gary. These are jewels. He's shaking his head no for some reason.
Yeah. It sounded like a good thing to say.
It was great. All right, Nederland. How many? They had 24 straight district wins, correct?
Right. That's the streak they will start on. So they'll be working on 2 streaks when they play again in 2 weeks against Vider. A 24-game district winning streak and a 3-game season losing streak, unless we have something wild happen here at the end.
Third down and 9. Handoff goes to Nicholas McGee. He dives forward, chewing up about 3 yards in about 20 seconds. And now the play clock gets started. Sticking down from 33. So it'll be inside a minute before Clear Lake has to punt.
They can take a delay penalty if they want to, let it get all the way down inside. It'll be about 57 seconds if they let it go all the way down. Clear Lake opens their district schedule at Dickinson, and they got, boy, there's lots of clears. A Clear Spring, a Clear Brook, and a Clear Lake. I mean, a Clear Creek against Clear Lake. Boy, you get your head really clear on that kind of stuff.
Good snap there. Nederland came after the punter. It's going to go to Krauts and bounce. It hits the pylon. That's a touchback, and that's almost dead center perfect there.
Boy, that was
for Scott Marshall. He's done a good job punting here. A foot this way, it would have been picture perfect, but just barely knocked over the pylon. Austin Krauts was able to just watch it roll in without hurting Nederland. So they will bring it out to the 20-yard line, and let's see what Nederland can do with 52 seconds left in the game.
So the Bulldogs need a miracle.
Sage Say leads the offense onto the field. They turned it over on downs. Last time had a fumble recovery back at Clear Lake's 38 earlier in the quarter. And there, the post route to Krauts was open, but unfortunately for Say, it looked like the ball came out of his fingers just a little wobbly.
And this is a time when you really do need something like a hook and ladder, some kind of gimmickry.
Second and 10, 2 receivers to the far side, 2 to the near. Marcus Barton stays in to block for Sage Say. Bad snap. Say picks it up, and he's just going to run with it. He dives across the 30, gets the first down.
And he will get a clock stop on the first down. He needs to get his team up and ready to get that ball snapped when the officials indicate ready for play, or he's going to spike it.
There's a flag thrown in there as one of the Nathan Fox came diving in at the ball, and I don't know what the call is going to be, if illegal procedure because the ball was spotted too quickly or something else. So let's wait and see what the referees have to say.
This may be on Clear Lake. It's either illegal procedure or it's something on Clear Lake for the way they went diving into the.
Clock stopped at 40 seconds. Nederland at their own 33-yard line, down 8 points.
Delay of game.
That's interesting.
That is.
Okay. So the clock will resume running here. First down and 15, but that's not what matters. 40 seconds is what matters. Say hits Jace Borderline. He's got the first down at the 44-yard line.
So got to hustle up, spike it again.
Say rolls to his right. Passes off the fingertips of the intended receiver. January is unable to bring it back. Ashton January running a deep out.
Down to 28 seconds for Nederland.
This is when you see how good the shape everybody's in this early in the season. Third game here. No one's gone out with leg cramps that we've seen. Down the middle.
Picked.
Flag on the play, though. Cody Langford ends up with his second interception, but let's wait and see what the flag is for.
Yeah, that's where that is. You got to think defensive penalty.
It looked like Austin Crouch was tackled before the ball could come to him. So that is the penalty now. Unlike what happens in the NFL, you go back to the original line of scrimmage and mark it off from there.
Yep, they had clearly tackled the receiver.
So that's a 15-yard penalty from the previous spot, automatic first down. In the NFL, they would have had it down at the 30-yard line. Instead, they'll get it at the 40.
Well, they're getting it down here where they're going to have a chance
throw one in the end zone.
Throw it in the end zone. Maybe, you don't have to do it yet. Try to get it down around the 20 maybe and then chunk it in there a couple times. Can't take a sack.
It's hard to tell who that ball was going to. It came down in between Trey Richardson and Colton Broussard. Broussard on the deep post looked like he had a little bit of opening there, but that nose is just going down. You can see Broussard there on the right-hand side, his shadow.
A lot of traffic. One thing, Sage just absolutely cannot take a sack. He's got to get rid of the ball. Hopefully for a completion if you're Nederland.
Say rolls to his right. Throws the out pattern to Colton Broussard. That would have been good for a first down. Incomplete, brings up third down with 15 seconds left in the game. Well, this is about as exciting as you could write it up. Nederland, they've had their opportunities. They're trying to get one more. Fans are all right here, all on their feet. Say rolls to his left. And that one is going to be intercepted, and that may be a pick six.
Maybe not. They'll go down, and that's going to do it.
That's the ball game as Clear Lake's number 82. Connor Murphy comes down with the interception, and that'll put Quietus on the game. We're down to just 2 seconds, and Clear Lake is going to down it there.
Charlie, I'll see you in 2 weeks over at Memorial Stadium in Port Arthur for the Titans and Channelview.
Channelview Falcons will be coming to town to take on Port Arthur Memorial on the Time Warner Cable Sports Channel. Clear Lake Falcons, a victory. This will take them to 2-1 in the season. After a week off, they will take on Dickinson. Nederland, 0-3 for the first time since 1991, will take a week off and then open their district play against Vidor. And the final score, Falcons 21, Bulldogs 13. Tune in next Sunday for more high school football action on Time Warner Cable Sports Channel 323. And be sure to follow us also on Twitter. That's at TWC Sports TX. You can also check us out online at twcsportschannel.com. This game can also be seen on the PortArthurNews.com. For Bob West and the entire Time Warner Cable Sports Channel crew, I'm Charlie Jellin. So long from Bulldog Stadium.
You know, diversification is important and means more than owning different stocks. Hi, I'm Mike Fulgens, President of Universal Coin and Bullion. I've been helping clients nationwide for 15 years diversify with gold. And I want to send you a free copy of our award-winning gold guide to help you choose the best gold options for you.
Get the answers you need about gold. Call us today at 866-UCB-GUIDE. That's 866-822-4843.
Hey, I heard y'all were making flipping loans?
That's right. 5 Points Awesome Loans have everybody flipping out.
I'm ready for my loan now. Watch this.
Wow! I haven't even told you we'll pay off 1% of your loan balance.
Get a new loan or flip an existing loan to 5 Point, and we'll pay off 1% of your new loan balance. 5 Point Credit Union. Money for loans right here at home.
Woohoo! I'm so flippin' happy. Watch this.
No, not necessary. Yeah.
Lamar State College, Port Arthur, or another university? Let's see. Lamar Port Arthur courses transfer anywhere in Texas or the country for that matter. Coursework is the same as anywhere else, and great savings each semester. And it's close to my home and my job. So why am I still thinking about this? I choose Lamar State College, Port Arthur.
Lamar State College, Port Arthur. Change your future. Start here today.
Heart attacks affect men and women equally, and when they strike, denial can be a killer. If you're experiencing pressure, tightness, or an aching sensation in your chest or arms, then you may be having a heart attack. If so, time is of the essence. Do not attempt to drive yourself to the hospital. Call 911 for a professional EMS. They'll get you stabilized and make sure the hospital is waiting when you arrive. This tip is brought to you by the Medical Center of Southeast Texas, your accredited chest pain center.
I discovered Lamar University.
Close to home.
A place of my own.
With all the amenities.
Opportunities.
Engineering.
World-class science.
Professors who know my name.
That's what you get with a doctoral research university.
Hands-on research.
Or study abroad.
And it starts right here. Lamar University. Visit us online at beacardinal.com.
Have you been thinking about diversifying with gold but don't know how? Hi, I'm Mike Fulgens, President of Universal Coin and Bullion. As an award-winning nationwide dealer, we help clients get the answers they need to discover the beauty, security, and strength of gold in their portfolio.
Call us today at 866-UCB-GUIDE to receive our award-winning Gold Guide free. That's 866-822-4843.
Cars are as unique as the people who purchase them. And when picking one, every detail counts, right down to the stitching on the seats. So why should picking a car loan be any different? Whether it's a low rate or a low payment you're looking for, at Do Good we customize loans to fit your needs. And we'll make sure your lending experience is everything you want it to be. Easy, convenient, and hassle-free. At Do Good, you'll love your car loan as much as you love your car.
I'm registered for college.
Me too, and for the same classes, and I'm saving $2,000 a semester at Lamar Port Arthur. Then I graduate and transfer if I want.
Really? You can do that?
You bet. What are you paying for your education?
Quality instruction, great savings, and courses transfer. It's the Texas Common Course Law. Don't wait any longer to begin your education while saving.
I chose Lamar State College, Port Arthur.
When you think you may be having a stroke, remember to act fast. If you experience facial droop, if your arms are weak and your speech is off, then time is of the essence. A lack of blood flow to the brain can cause loss of functions that may never be recovered. Don't let it get that far. Call 911 immediately. A professional EMS will get you stabilized and make sure the hospital is waiting when you arrive. This tip is brought to you by the Medical Center of Southeast Texas, your certified primary stroke center.
I discovered Lamar University.
I looked at all types of schools.
Big ones, small ones,
Ivy League and private.
Then I found Lamar.
Bistro-style dining.
Private bedrooms.
Close to home.
15 NCAA Division I sports.
World-class professors.
Who actually know my name.
Undergraduate, master's,
and doctoral degrees.
Lamar University. Visit us online at beacardinal.com.
Great hunt today, Dad.
Thanks, son.
For more than 15 years, I've helped clients nationwide make solid decisions about investing in gold so they can enjoy what's most important.
Discover the best options for you and your family by calling 866-UCB-GUIDE to receive our award-winning Gold Guide free. 866-UCB-GUIDE, 866-822-4843.
Now is the time to learn about gold, so you have time to enjoy what's most important.